Hello everyone, welcome to Hong Kong Denim Festival 2021. My name is Michael, who is the moderator of the online denim forum today. First of all, I would like to say Happy New Year to all of you and wish everyone will have a great year of the ox. The topic of Hong Kong Denim Festival this year is Denim Tomorrow, which we have the fashion showcase, online denim bazaar, denim workshop, and international student exchange program. For the online denim forum today, we have invited 9 speakers from the industry to share their thoughts about the innovation, new developments, and the future trends. They are Ms. Silvia Rancani, the founder of Denim Windows in Amsterdam, Mr. Gunnar Meyer, area sales manager of a Monforts Textilmaschinen, Germany, Mr. Kelvin Chung, sales manager of Goller Limited, a member of CHTC Phones Group, Ms. Tricia Carey, Director of Global Business Development, Denim of Lenzing, and myself, Director of Advanced Denim Limited. Mr. Miles Lam, Assistant General Manager, Design and Product Development of Crystal Apparel Limited, Mr. Adriano Goldschmied, the founder of Genious Group, Mr. Jordi Juani, Asian Division Director of Jeanologia, and Mr. Jorgen Sevild, Managing Director of Inqova Technologies Hong Kong and China. Because of the COVID-19, Silvia, Gunnar, Kelvin, Tricia, and Adriano are not able to come to Hong Kong for the presentation today. But don't worry, they have do the video for the presentation, and they are going to present their innovation thoughts. And for that video, we are going to show it to you guys later on. Miles, Jordi, and Jorgen are in Hong Kong, and thank you so much for them to come to present their thoughts in person on the stage. So please come on the stage. Thank you, guys. Thanks again, guys. So before we start the forum, let's talk a little bit with you guys first, okay? Because of course, we are having the Hong Kong Denim Festival, so we have to do something, Hong Kong, local Hong Kong things before that, okay? So because of the layout that, we are having right now, is more like a, really famous TV program in Hong Kong. So what we call is...
Hao Sang Jai King Hagai.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, good Cantonese, right? So maybe I guess because our age, so I have to translate that meaning to you. This is like a teenager talk. Yeah, of course, if you can see our face, we cannot say teenager talk, right? Right. So it's not really suitable. So which is more suitable for this is this one. So Jorgen, maybe you can say that. I know your Cantonese is really good.
留牛仔傾蝦計.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, what's that meaning? Your Cantonese is good, right? I heard about, you are learning Chinese right now.
I've been learning a little bit, but the reading is still very difficult. And, I'm guessing it means something with older people having a conversation.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. So this is like an old cowboy talk. Yeah. Okay, right. And maybe... Jordi, you can say Spanish, and then we can talk for that old cowboy talk like a Spanish.
In Spanish, it would be Los viejos vaqueros hablan.
Yeah, I heard about Miles can speak Spanish, so maybe he can say something in Spanish.
I never heard about that. You can repeat again. I can try my best.
Los viejos vaqueros hablan.
No, I'm giving up. I'm giving up.
before the show, we have done, some rehearsal, but I said, I could try to speak Spanish for that, but, maybe I just align with Miles for that,
just skip,
maybe
right?
we just, it's kind of difficult, right? So, before we start the show, so do you guys have any comments about the Denim Festival, the Hong Kong Denim Festival 2021? So maybe, Jordi, you can say something to the audience.
No, but basically that really, although we are getting common with all the, let's say, the video conference and all the virtual shows, I think that I'm eagerly waiting for the normal shows with people. Again, I think that this is, it's a pity that we cannot share our passion for denims and all our thoughts with more people in person. No? I am missing, maybe I am from the south of Europe, and we are more, we like to touch
To
the
hug
people
people,
and to, so I hope that this would be possible very soon, and just hoping for the best for that.
Yes. So how about you, Miles?
I think this is the second time we're having a Hong Kong Denim Festival.
Yes.
I mean, shame that the pandemic not allow having a lot of people in actually here. But I think we still think it's great. We make a virtual one. I think we still can share a lot of our denim culture to the people in the world through the internet. Yeah.
I guess this is, I don't know about you guys, but for me, this is the first on-stage talk, since January last year. So it's been a year, right? We've been face-to-face talk, something like this.
Yeah, I think we're all feeling a little rusty on that to that extent.
We are more, really happy to do it, right?
Yes.
Right. So, okay, thank you guys. We are going to talk a little bit more after the whole session has been through. So let me introduce the first speakers for the forum today. It's going to be Miss Silvia Rancani, the founder of Denim Windows. And the subject that she prepared for us is how denim fabric can be versatile in look, but as well in his sustainable aspect. So let's see.
I'm Silvia Rancani. I'm the founder of the Denim Window in Amsterdam. Denim Window is an idea that I got around 3 years ago. After my working experience in denim for my whole life, so basically for almost 15 years. I work as a product developer and denim wash and denim fabric expert in different brands, in different manufacturers. And this helped me to, of course, gain a lot of knowledge in denim from both sides, from the brand perspective, from the designer perspective, but as well from the producer perspective. After all this experience in different brands, as Tommy Hilfiger, as Diesel and others, I decided to create a denim hub in Amsterdam, that is where I live, where designers can meet the best of denim producers. And basically a very relaxed environment, a denim showroom. The denim excellence is displayed, and where designers and developers, buyers, production managers are free to come and explore and gain knowledge, ask questions about the products that we have there, the companies we have there, get inspired as well, and hopefully some new business relationship will start from there. I'm very proud of the companies that are displayed at the Denim Window in the past years and in this current year, because I try to display many different products from different regions in the world, and differentiated in price level, in the products they made. So just to mention some, We have our chroma for the dyes and the indigo product. We have the Lycra company, so the best stretch fiber producer. Fabric mill like the Italian PG Denim. We have an Italian manufacturer that is a garment maker that works with many brands, that is the Fun Factory mode. Another one great is the excellence we have in Bangladesh is Genesis, M&J Group. Dinghui is a Chinese garment maker specialized in denim and outwear in Hangzhou. As well, Greenwear, another outwear garment maker in China, in Nanjing. Of course, we have a great Japanese laundry and garment making factory that is Sab. I'm very proud of that. Sab Salty is one of the best Japanese company. A designer that is coming to the denim window can see different type of products in different price level. So what I was saying is that a designer that is coming to the denim window, first of all, find a comfortable environment. Is not a place where we push people to buy something, because that's not in my attitude. So first of all, we want people to feel at home, and then to have the opportunity to discover all the products we have there, get inspired, get a cup of coffee, gain knowledge about the products first, ask questions, and I'm there to answer to all those questions. Hopefully it will bring some new business relationship between brands, new designers. Amsterdam is the European capital of denim. Why is that? Because many headquarters of denim brands are here. So it's a great place to start. It's a great place to be. Designers from other countries come very frequently and often to make their research trip, their inspiration trip. So we have the opportunity to meet people from all over the world and to welcome them at the denim window. Today we talk about how a product developer and a designer can create a denim collection that is both sustainable and creative, and talking about the latest innovation of the best companies in denim we have here at the denim window. A denim garment can be sustainable in different ways. You can, for instance, create a total new style combining denim and different materials, using denim from dead stock or second-hand jeans. This is an example from Greenwear, an outwear garment maker located in Nanjing, China. For instance, a choice you can make is to choose a denim fabric that has aniline-free indigo. Aniline-free indigo is provided by our chroma and is an indigo dye that has no aniline in it. That means it's much safer for the workers and for the environment. Also make sustainable choices while selecting stretch fabrics. For instance, using Lycra Eco-Made version or Coolmax or Thermolite Eco-Made version. And the Lycra company just announced that they achieved the gold label material health certificate from Cradle to Cradle for 25 of their Lycra fiber products. Also make sustainable choices while you look into accessories and trims to place on your denim, so not only on fabric and washes. Here we have several examples from Medaille Landes of alternative materials you can use instead of PU. And here we have Pinatex, cork, and as well Eposkin. It's very important to select the right garment maker to follow up your production and sample making. A garment maker can guide you in using the right tools in the laundry in order to develop very sustainable washes. Here we have some examples from Dingui in China. This is a bleach wash but made in a very sustainable way without the use of harmful chemicals. Another example is this one, made from Saltier in Japan. It's a beautiful wash that is made with the use of laser but with a very natural look. Another example is again the use of laser and ozone from M&J Genesis in Bangladesh. Fabric makers can be your strategic partner to develop a very creative collection as well. So we don't look only into sustainability, but into a beautiful and innovative collection too. Some examples here are, for instance, this fabric from PG Denim, that is a denim with all over flock on it, that has been lasered with this stripy effect and a beautiful wash. As well, another one is this jacket created by the garment maker Fan Factory in Italy that look exactly like a vintage piece because of the beautiful wash that has been applied on top of this denim stripe fabric. As a designer and product developer, you have a lot of responsibility in order to develop a beautiful denim collection that is most sustainable as possible. But what we have shown you today is that there are many tools, many technologies, many innovations that can help you in order to do that. From fibers to trims to fabric to wash to chemicals, you just have to look into possibilities and just make the right choice.
All right, thank you so much for Silvia's presentation. I think it's really great presentation, and I know Silvia for years, and she's been really passionate about denim, and she's based in Amsterdam. I'm sure you guys also have been to Amsterdam before. That city really has a really strong denim culture in it, right? So I think if any one of you, if you want to to contact Silvia, you can leave your comments in Hong Kong Denim Festival homepage, and then we will see if Silvia will be able to contact you, if you have any questions, right? So is there any comments from you guys after you have seen the presentation from Silvia?
Well, I think generally it's good to see a contribution from Amsterdam. It's an important city in the denim world and from around the world, and it's important to have the different contributions. So I think it's also great to see Silvia contributing to the Hong Kong Denim Festival as well.
Right. To me, what is interesting is as a, let's say, a kind of example as a city, Amsterdam for Hong Kong. Amsterdam was not a textile city, it was a trading city. With important port and connections east and west, and I think that this is a role also that Hong Kong can play on that.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, it's really great, which we have connected together, between Hong Kong and Amsterdam, and then we can share, the culture from the east to the west, right? All right. Okay. So the next speaker, the second speaker that we have today. The second and the third speakers, today are coming from the same group, Phones. And Mr. Kelvin Chung, the sales manager of Goller Limited, and Mr. Gunnar Meyer, area sales manager of a Monforts Textilmaschinen, Germany. Phones is one of the largest textile machine manufacturers, and the topics that they would like to share with us today is Denim Tomorrow and Dynamic Fashion Denim. So, please.
Hello, my name is Gunnar. By the way, did you know that the global denim industry had a value of more than 57 billion US dollars in 2019? This is according to the latest analysis from P&S Market Research. The denim market continues to grow at an annual rate of around 6% each year. These are good news and more. For the annual production of around 10 billion denim garments, some 15 billion meters of perfect denim are required. My company, Monforts, is a textile machine manufacturer and a technology partner to many of the biggest denim manufacturers in the world. Here, you see a typical picture of one of our big denim processing machines. Quite impressive, isn't it? These machines nowadays can be found at denim manufacturers in China and on the Indian subcontinent, as well as in Brazil, Mexico, and Turkey. The denim manufacturers are being called upon to make world-beating denim fabrics more efficiently, but at the same time to use less water, energy, and raw materials during fabrication. This is in regard to the so-called carbon footstep. The eco-brand denims manufactured on our Monforts machines are, for example, by our customer Asgard Nines, typical of a blanket approach now being taken by all of the major denim manufacturers. This process is requiring 70% less water, 40% fewer chemicals, and 30% less energy than conventionally finished products. Differentiation is the key in this highly competitive industry. All of our latest Monforts technologies are designed to help the denim industry to achieve these goals. Now let's talk about the chemicals. Denim jeans get many of their unique qualities from the distinctive coloration of indigo dyes. 66,000 tons of indigo powder is required each year to dye them. Until recently, hazardous chemicals have been required to make the indigo powder soluble, leading to many tons of wastewater being generated. My company, Monforts, is among the companies developing technologies to greatly reduce this. Artistic Garment Industries has introduced a water-free technology called 00 for indigo dyeing. Artistic Millionaires, working with chemicals leader Dystar, has introduced Crystal Clear, an indigo dyeing process which is based on an organic fixing agent. It requires no salt and 70% less chemicals and produces clean and recyclable water effluent without any salt byproducts. Crystal Clear uses a pre-reduced liquid indigo that requires no additional water or salt and allows complete indigo recovery. Quite impressive, isn't it? Well, you see, the textile machine manufacturers, and especially Monforts, are working closely with our denim partners. I hope I've got the message across that Monforts is leaving no stone unturned in the development of tomorrow's perfect, sustainable denim fabrics. And last but not least, my company Monforts is belonging to the CHTC Fonds Group, the most powerful textile machine manufacturer worldwide. We are all working with the same spirit towards the benefit of the denim industry and especially for the environmental benefit of all of us. Think of it when you buy a pair of jeans next time. On our Monforts YouTube channel, captured at the 2019 Denim Premier Vision Show in London, some of the leading global manufacturers discuss their initiatives for more sustainable denim production. Let's watch it now. Bye-bye.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kelvin Chung, Sales and Marketing Manager of Goller Hong Kong Limited. We are honored to join the Denim Festival 2021 and have this quick opportunity to share our experience in denim fabric wet finishing. Denim is very dynamic in today's fashion. The consumption of the denim fabric is continuously growing in the past 20 years. Jeans usually give the feeling of casual and freedom to people. Fashion designers also started to use the denim fabric in office fashion. There are lots of different quality of the denim fabric, from light to heavy GSM, low to high stretch for comfort movement. More and more color are available for selection. Different premium finishing to make the fabric better hand feel and stylish. All this increasing the challenge to the denim fabric productions. Let's look at the key production steps of denim fabric. Firstly is to do the loop dyeing and sizing of warp yarn. Then yarn will weaving into fabric. Afterward, fabric will send to a changing process to remove the hair from its surface and desizing. Mercerizing, silver dyeing, and over dyeing as an optional process depends on the order requirement. Finally, the fabric has to do the scaling correction and some dry finishing. Our company Goller is specializing in production of wet finishing machinery since 1948 in Germany. Nowadays, we have a lot of know-how in textile wet processing and apply the latest technology in our wet finishing line, Goller, for the denim fabric production. The range can perform all wet finishing processes to meet different quality requirements of denim fabric. It is economical equipment for production of 40,000 meters to 50,000 meters denim fabric per day. It gives flexibility in changing the process for small to medium-sized production. It has very high washing efficiency for water saving, and also allowed to use lower tension for the production of super stretch denim fabric. This is the range Goller Goller multi-application denim range. So let's look at its function. The range can do batch desizing, washing of the sizing material, and drying. It can also do the continued desizing, washing, and drying in one shot. By changing the process, it can do the half mercerizing, dyeing such as over dyeing, silver dyeing for the back color of the denim fabric. It also equipped with the drum washers for the sink gauge, which is very suitable for the power stretch denim washing. Goller also have a mercerizing range for the full mercerizing process of the denim fabric, Perfetta. This range, the process, giving very good dimension stability of the fabric, improve the absorbency of fabric for deeper color, increasing the color fastness, and also the fabric appearance will be look more smoother and look shiny. Here is the machine in production. In order to saving water in production, we're using the counterflow washing system, where is the fabric is moving from the first washer to the last washer. And the water is from the last washer to the first washer in the opposite direction. So water will be flowing from the last washer step by step to the first washer, and then we keep the highly polluted water in the first washer, and step by step it's getting cleaner. During the washing, each washer also equipped with heavy squeezers to giving very good bath separation during the washing. In each washer also have an individual separator at the bottom for increasing the holding time of water before it flows to the front. If you are interested to know more about our wet finishing technology, please feel free to contact us by email. Thank you and looking forward to hear you. Have a nice day.
Right. Thank you so much for the presentation. Thanks, Kelvin and Gunnar, for the presentation. So CHTC Phones Group is, one of the really famous, textile machinery company. So I'm sure, most of the denim mills, know them, or maybe even, using the machines for denim production. So the next speaker is going to be a, really famous lady from New York. So I'm sure, everyone knows her. So Tricia Carey from Lenzing. And I'm sure, right, you guys also know Tricia pretty well, right? So, and also, you guys know TENCEL, pretty well as well.
Yes. It's really, I think that they have been doing a big effort inside of denim. TENCEL was not known in denim in the past, and I think that the properties and what it's possible to achieve with TENCEL fabrics is really very good.
How about you, Miles? Are you using any?
I'm sure
TENCEL?
we have been using a lot of TENCEL, in the past. Yeah, so this is kind of like a sustainable fiber in the market.
Yeah, on a garment product development side, I'm sure you're also using lots of TENCEL for product development as well.
That's right. Yeah.
Really great hand feel. And also, Tricia help us to prepare the presentation today. Is the modern definition of denim. So let's see what she prepared for us.
Hello and welcome to the modern definition of denim at the Hong Kong Denim Festival. My name is Tricia Carey and I'm Director of Global Business Development for Denim at Lenzing, joining you from New York City. At Lenzing, we transform trees into TENCEL, Lyocell, and modal fibers, which are used by leading denim brands and mills from around the world. To learn more about TENCEL denim, you can visit our Carved in Blue blog or tencel.com. You can also visit us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. And now we will play a little introduction video for you to learn a little bit more about TENCEL denim.
Question: would you make jeans out of trees? Well, you should. Here is why. Denim made of TENCEL, that's a fantastic, wonderful, amazing fiber made from sustainably grown trees, offers a variety of fantastic, wonderful, amazing benefits to denim designers, denim lovers, and get this, the planet. TENCEL starts out as trees farmed on low-grade land. Use of pesticides, fungicides, and herbicides are non-existent during the final years of the tree's growth. Rainwater is the main source of water used for irrigation. When the trees are ready, they get pulverized, fustigated, and pounded into chips. Very politely, of course. Then the wood chips are made into pulp and sent to a Lenzing factory, where the pulp is blended with water, solvents, and science to produce TENCEL, a pure white cellulose fiber. The whole process is very environmentally friendly. The only inputs of the Lenzing factory are wood, pulp and water. The only outputs are water and TENCEL fibre. 99.5 to 99.8% of the solvent used to make TENCEL is recycled and used over and over and over and over and over and over. TENCEL is so eco-friendly that the European Union gave it the European Award for the Environment. TENCEL can be blended with any other fibre: silk, wool, linen, cotton, cashmere, you name it. Synthetic fibres like lycra also great partners for TENCEL. Regardless of the blend, fabrics made with TENCEL are always soft, supple and strong. For denim, that means fabrics that feel as buttery and heavenly as a pair of perfectly aged jeans. Chambray shirts made with TENCEL have a beautiful silky drape, and skinny TENCEL blend jeans are the perfect combination of style and comfort. Now, continuing on with the TENCEL is amazing theme we have going, TENCEL is resilient and versatile. TENCEL has strength to withstand both wet and dry garment processing, bleaching and repeated washing without compromising the integrity of the fabric. So, there you have it, jeans from trees. Not quite what you thought. A miracle of modern science and earth-friendly feel-good fashion. The end.
Before we talk about denim tomorrow, let's take a look at the past. Surprisingly, until now, there does not seem to be one definitive story about the history of denim. It is widely recognized that the origin of the word denim is from the term serge denim. However, this fabric is thought to have been made from a blend of silk and wool fibers, and it dates back to pre-17th century France. In recent history, denim has been produced primarily from cotton fibers, and the main connection between denim and serge denim seems to be that there are both twill weave construction. The word jean also once referenced to a fabric rather than a garment, a durable cotton linen or cotton wool blend that came from Genoa in Italy. Denim reached America in the late 18th century, but the words jean and denim meant different fabrics until the 19th century. Denim was used for work clothes. Jean did not have the durability of denim and was used for dressier apparel. The history of denim, as we know it, really starts in the mid-1800s and was commonly regarded as a durable cloth made from cotton fibers colored with indigo dye. In 1838, the Amescog Manufacturing Company is founded in New Hampshire, and by the mid-1860s is producing a durable cloth made from cotton fibers colored with indigo dye. A decade later, it becomes a key supplier to Levi Strauss, which for decades supplied the fabric used by laborers in coal mines, steel mills, and railroads, building the American heritage. Denim became a democracy and has had a long history through the centuries. Today, we find ourselves in a technological age where the distribution of ideas happens instantly via the internet and social media sites. Denim still remains very much a part of our culture as a blank canvas to express style, emotions, and the mood of the times. Over the past several years, we have seen a notable change in denim. Denim no longer has to be made entirely from cotton, as now there are fabrics blended with fibers like spandex, polyester, wool, linen, and TENCEL lyocell. Multi-fiber blended fabrics deliver a greater range of aesthetics and performance. Denim is always about fit, but now denim does not have to be woven. It can be a knit. Denim does not have to be only for jeans. It can also be for dresses, shirts, and jackets. The ingenuity of new laundry finishing techniques provides options that previously were not thought possible. One aspect that is crucial today is the impact on the environment. Lenzing is a wood-based cellulosic fiber producer with headquarters in Austria and production facilities in America, Europe, and Asia. We convert wood into a pulp, and then we add a solvent. The solvent then goes through a closed-loop manufacturing process, and in the end, we produce a fiber called TENCEL lyocell, which is soft, strong, and has a low impact on the environment. Some questions I am commonly asked about TENCEL denim, I will review with you. The first is that, is it harmful to the environment to use trees? Well, trees are a renewable resource, and when harvested responsibly, it's an excellent choice to use trees compared to some other materials. We use only certified and controlled wood sources from FSC and PEFC. We use a mixture of trees that are both beech, spruce, eucalyptus, and other varieties, which are indigenous to the regions where we have our pulp facilities or are working with pulp suppliers. One of the benefits of using a raw material that is from nature is that it can actually go back into nature. So all TENCEL lyocell fibers are biodegradable and compostable. What attributes does TENCEL denim have? TENCEL denim is most often known for its softness. And so it makes your favorite skinny jeans super soft with TENCEL fibers. They are strong to withstand commercial laundry processing and wear. Some of my favorite pieces are with TENCEL, like my jacket here that I'm wearing. This jacket is from Kings of Indigo. You can also find some great trucker jackets at Gap, at Levi's. What type of designs are used with TENCEL? Today's definition of denim goes far beyond a 5-pocket jean. Denim can be used in any kind of garment. Some of the common styles are denim shirts, like this one, with a very soft hand. There's truckers, flare to skinny jeans, even dresses use TENCEL denim. Different fiber blends actually enhance the ability to have various looks. It's kind of like cooking in a kitchen with many ingredients, but each recipe is slightly different, but always delicious and amazing. Which designers are using TENCEL denim now? You can find a range of brands from discount to mass market to contemporary and designer who are all using TENCEL lyocell. Each brand has their own take on how they're developing new garments with our fibers. You can find men's, women's, even children's wear with TENCEL denim. There are heritage brands like Levi's, Lee, and Gap, which are using TENCEL denim. Also European brands like Bestseller, H&M, G-Star, Kings of Indigo. And in the US, you'll find TENCEL in a wide range of brands, especially those in Los Angeles, like Boyish Jeans, J Brand, Page Denim, Lucky Brand, or even American Eagle. So there's always a retailer that you can find or a brand that are using TENCEL in their denim. So how do you find TENCEL denim? Well, probably the easiest place to go is to our website, which is tencel.com. You'll find a section on there where to buy. And this section, you can find various, it's all put together in order by brands, and you can search also by product category. You'll also find hang tags on garments that are using TENCEL. So you can just look for our TENCEL logo, which is like this, on any of the garments on hang tags. That's one way of finding TENCEL. And also you'll find on many of your favorite brands or retailers, you could just search by TENCEL in the search feature and then find the items that they are selling. So what is the future and what is happening in 2021 and beyond? There are several areas that we see progression for TENCEL denim. And the first is in the circular economy, which gives us an opportunity to rethink and redesign the way we make stuff. It is estimated that every year 50 million tons of textile and apparel waste is disposed. So Lenzing has developed an innovative new business model that is a practical solution to promote the circular economy. And this we call Refibra technology, where we actually take post-industrial and post-consumer cotton waste. So we can take garment scraps as well as post-industrial waste. And what we do is we can make that into a pulp. And after blending that pulp with the wood pulp, then we add a solvent as well as a fiber identification, and we're able to make a new TENCEL lyocell fiber, which is coming from waste. So it's amazing how we can now integrate the circular economy and have textile to textile circularity within manufacturing our fibers. Both technological and environmental advances will be at the forefront of meeting the consumer demand for value. As these factors converge, it seems without a doubt that the democracy of denim will serve the next generation in society. I want to thank you for joining us today and for many of the sponsors who are a part of Hong Kong Denim Festival. Also, there are partners in working together with us like Advanced Denim and Tat Fung, some of our other industry partners like Jeanologia as well as Meyer. And I think this really expresses the community that we have in the ecosystem of the denim community. You're welcome to find out more information about TENCEL Denim at tencel.com or carvedinblue.com. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. And I want to wish you all a wonderful time at the Hong Kong Denim Festival and have a bright blue day. Thank you.
Right, okay, great presentation from Tricia. And actually, you know, Lenzing has been prepared some really nice gift for us. So they have prepared 10 of these really nice special bags for us. So I open it. Oh. So which is really nice. And some kind of like a more really sexy. Right. So they actually, you know, you just have to answer 4 questions from you know, from Lenzing. Actually, they prepare those 4 questions for the people who want to get these bags, and you can find the answer from Tricia's presentation. So let's see, you know, what's the first question? What are TENCEL brand fiber made of? So I'm sure, you know, you can find the answer from Tricia's presentation, right? And then the second one is, which brands are using TENCEL denim? Where can you find TENCEL denim? What do you like most about TENCEL denim? So if you want to get this nice, sexy handbags, right, and make sure, you know, you put something, of course, you know, Lenzing is always talk about transparency. So this bag is really, you know, coordinate with, you know, the slogan or the things that, you know, Lenzing, or even though, you know, for us, always, you know, talk about transparency. So if I'm going to put like 1,000 Hong Kong notes inside, so it's going to be more transparent, right? So everyone knows, you know, how much, you know, I put it in my bag. So if anyone, you know, if you guys want to have this bag, so just answer your question in Hong Kong Denim Festival 2021 website, and then Lenzing people is going to select the best 10 answer, and you know, we're going to contact you. Right, so the next speaker is going to be really important company. Guess who's the next company?
Not sure. Advanced?
I think that must be Advanced Denim.
Of course, it's going to be Advanced, yes. So the next presentation is going to be me, Michael. So I have to introduce myself, right? So Director of Advanced Denim. So the topic I prepared for you guys is a new era of sustainable indigo dyeing begins. So just let you know who we are. So our mill has over 30 years experience in denim manufacturing. And also, you know, we are a private owned company, and we have over 1,100 workers in the mill. So where we are. So our headquarters is in southern China, Shendi. And also we have a branch, and also, we have mill in Vietnam, and also we have a sales office in New York, Amsterdam, Hong Kong, and Shanghai. So our mission, of course, if you know advanced denim is, we want to be the most sustainable denim manufacturer, and then also, even though for the denim production is kind of a traditional, but then we don't want to just making a traditional denim fabric. We want to apply the innovation, sustainability, and also, of course, just the thing I just talked about, is more transparency as well. So our core value, innovation is really important for the company, and also sustainability, of course, is also, we're taking it really seriously, and also people and quality as well. So in terms of sustainability, so this is just part of the certification that we got, and for example, like Blue Sign, ISO, and Ocotex, ZDHC. So of course, we also have the GOTS. You can name whatever certificates is in the market. So we all have all the certificates that you can name. So as I just mentioned, innovation is really important for the company. So right now we have 38 patents which is granted, and also there's 78 patents which is pending. And we are quite pretty sure those 78 patent is going to be granted as well. Now I cannot say 100%, but most likely over 80%. And you can see, from in the bottom of the presentation. So, just for example, like free tag, equal, free cross, that kind of concept is being already patented by our company. So the topic, one of the topic I want to present today is the big box dyeing, and of course you can see this slogan say less is more. So what's that mean? Less is more. So I'm going to explain that a little bit further, and just to show you what is the conventional indigo dyeing. So conventional indigo dyeing is actually using tons of water, and it's being we are using this kind of dyeing method for almost 100 years. I would say over 100 years, which like we're using like 8 to 13 dye boxes, and then we need at least like 3 box for rinse, means to wash the indigo yarn, which if you adding up together, so maybe like 16 boxes for the conventional indigo dyeing, which use tons of water, because we're using a big tank for each box. But for the new machinery, new concept, that we are applying right now, we call it big box dyeing. So we just need 1 box instead of like 13 to 16 boxes. So which you can imagine how much water that we could save. So this is to show you the whole process in a simple way. So for the conventional dyeing, we need to apply the 2 boxes for the pre-treatment, and then as I mentioned, right, 8 to 13 dye boxes, and then another 3 boxes for rinse. So right now for the big box dyeing, we just need 1 box. So this is to show you in a simple way. So we also calculate some of the numbers, and this number has been certified by a third-party company in US as well. So the water consumption, we can reduce 95.5%, which is a lot of water we can save. And also wastewater, and also we can save 99%. You know, that 1% is actually, you just need a little bit of water to wash the machines. You know, if we don't count that 1% of the water to wash the machine, actually, we can save 100% of the wastewater. As I mentioned, right, because we don't need to use any rinse wash to wash the yarn. So that means we actually, there's no wastewater coming out from the machine. And of course, we can save, you know, more chemicals, more energies. So the next topic I want to talk about, because I'm talking about the new sustainable dyeing. So botanic dyes is also really important. So that means the natural dyes. So we have been talking about natural dyes for many years, right? But so what's natural dyes? So natural dyes is actually we just getting the dye stuff from the plants, and we are not getting the dye stuff really coming from the corns or any vegetables that we are going to we need it for eating. So that means that we are not really competing the food supply chain. So the botanic dye is actually we are using the plant waste. Right, so this is to tell you why we want to use botanic dye instead of like synthetic dyes, because for the plants actually it has its own color. So we just generate that natural color into, like, for example, like for this yellow plant. So when we generate that color, it becomes like a yellow dye stuff, and then we just simply use it. Right. So the advantages of using botanic dyes. So of course, because this is not synthetic dyes, so it's not allergic, right? And also it has the natural anti-UV as well. So first of all, we just getting the powder, and also this is the process of the botanic dyes. So we just powdering it, and then extracting it, right? And then we use ultrasonic ultrasonic process. So this is the extraction process. It goes into more detail, but of course I'm not going to go through that step by step. It's going to take a day maybe. So this is to show you how we do the extraction from the for example the chestnut shell, and we do the extraction, and then that comes to powder, and then we just put that powder into the dyeing machine, and then we just dye up the yarn and the fabric. So where we are getting the raw material from China. So it's actually coming out from like southern parts and the middle of China, and also the whole program is actually is helping the poor people as well, because we are getting, as I mentioned, right, we are getting the natural dye stuff, the waste. As supposed to be, they just get it from the mountain, and then they just picking it, and then they just regenerate that natural resources into the dye stuff. So the whole program is helping the poor people in China as well. So this is just give you some of the color ideas. So for example, this is the chestnut shell. So we just get it because the chestnut people are gonna eat it, but for the shell, people just throw it away, right? It's kind of a waste, and then we just take it back, and then we just get the colors, the natural colors coming out from the shell, right? So you can see from the picture, the background picture is the actual colors coming out from the chestnut shell, right? So, and also this is just give you another example, right? So we also can do like different colors by using different resources. So this is like a pearl pink, right? And we could use lax, to make like a purple, and madder to make like a red. And of course, we can use indigo plants to make a natural indigo as well. So that's it for my presentation today. Right. So any comments from you guys?
I'm very interested in the big box that you mentioned. I've seen it before, but I know you guys can do like a darker shade nowadays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got to see that, because before that I see that you only can do like a light shade before, and now you guys can achieve like a darker shade, which is the people always looking for.
Yeah. Right now, because we have installed the machine like a year right now, and before that we either could do like a dark shade, but we couldn't do laser because it totally penetrates into the yarn. But right now we can do like a darker shade, and also it could be able to do laser as well. So I would say the color right now is kind of a more like a traditional indigo dyeing, that kind of shade.
It's great.
Just a question, but you are also producing the colors yourself, or I mean, because it seems that you are very much involved, in all this program to create the colors.
Of course, I'm not the guy who is turning off turning on the machine and then putting the dye stuff in it. But of course, the team we have and myself has some inputs and comments on what kind of shades that customer needs.
But it means that you just collect the waste. Into your
you mean the botanic dyes?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, we partner with a dye stuff company, right? And because we are not producing the dye stuff, we are partnering with the dye stuff company, and we're working together in a really close partnership way to do it.
Yeah, I also think it's very interesting to see the botanic dyes. And is this something that you now have in the new collection coming out for fabrics, or can we see the fabrics at some point?
Yes,
yeah.
yes. We have the collection right now, in different colors. Yeah. So that's it for my presentation. So if anyone who has questions, maybe we have a Q&A session, so maybe we can talk about that later on. So next speaker is coming from a really, really big company, really famous denim company, Crystal Apparel. And please welcome Miles for the presentation.
Thank you, Michael. So this is my honor to be one of the speakers here today. And I think, let me introduce myself. My name is Miles. I'm the head of design product development in Crystal International Denim Divisions. A little bit of the company information. Crystal International was founded in Hong Kong by Mr. and Mrs. Kenneth Low in 1970s. So now we are a 51-year-old company. We are currently operating more than 20 manufacturing facilities spanning across 5 countries, and with a workforce of around 80,000 employees and producing over 470 million pieces of apparel a year. That's including lifestyle wear, denim, intimate, sweater, and the sportwear as well. So today I would like to kick off my presentation with a 3-minute video. And this video is about our commitment in sustainability and innovations.
Ever wondered how much water it takes To make a pair of jeans? Your old favorite t-shirt? Pretty shocking, right? But here's the thing. Our much-loved brands across the world are sitting up and starting to pay attention. Population growth, coupled with globalization and consumerism, presents a significant challenge to our planetary boundaries, and access to fresh water is fast becoming a very rare commodity. So is fresh air. We are learning as humans and businesses that we need to tread more lightly on this planet we call home. And through this need to use resources wisely and conservatively, we're seeing the genesis of innovation and commitment that seeks to drive our collective and sustainable future. Whether we like it or not, fashion is a part of all of our lives. At Crystal Group, we are a major supplier to some of these fashion industry giants, and with denim as our flagship, together with a range of intimates, sports and leisure wear, we have realized firsthand the benefits of being able to preemptively and proactively heed this call. On our journey towards waterless manufacturing, we recycle, treat, and reuse water across our operations. We're aiming to get off the grid and are increasingly using our own sources of renewable power. We have a growing appreciation for our teams, for the win-win benefits of training and empowerment, for the women who help us to thrive, and for the value created by a holistic, supportive, and healthy workplace. We are enthusiastically innovating the way we do things, implementing amazing digital, laser, and ozone technologies to make your clothes happier clothes, more sustainable clothes. Clothes that you can love, not only because they make you feel great, but because they make the environment feel great too, and the people who make them do so with care and contentment. As the UN Sustainable Development Goals become more prominent for global business and more relevant to our clients and their strategic plans, they are also the drivers of our 5-year sustainability targets, where we are looking to significantly reduce our freshwater consumption, as well as our per-garment carbon footprint, and to expand our women empowerment and community volunteering programs across our regions of operation. We are Crystal Group, and we are proud to be on Fortune magazine's list of companies who are changing the world. Our authentic commitment to reshaping our industry into the future will see us being more innovative, more sustainable, and more focused on contributing to a better world.
Okay, so this video is an overview of our goals in achieving sustainable business model. So innovation and technology play key roles. So that leads me to talk about the digital transformation in design and product development today. So digital transformation is an essential topic for business around global nowadays. And the definition of the digital transformation can be very different for every company. For us, digital transformation is the use of digital technology to change the way that we design and develop jeans in a ways that are more sustainable and efficient. We start our digital journey from 2017. And our objective is enhancing our customer experience, speed up the development cycle, and also reduce the environmental impact. So what are the key drivers behind our move to the digital transformation in product development? The increasing demand from brands for speed to market. The rise of fast fashion has changed the industry for some time. And with the rise of social media platform and smart devices, also has impact on consumer demand as the new trend travel fast. So speed has become one of the important factors for brands. Sustainability goals. More and more consumers considering the sustainability before when they making the purchasing decision, as they are increasingly aware of the impact of the carbon emission on the environment. Cost reduction. Cost is always the first priority for brand, and creating a physical sample is costly and time-consuming process. So the other factor would be the impact of the COVID-19. The use of digital platform exposed during the pandemic improved corporate ability of long-distance collaborative work, and the most important would be the acknowledgement of the importance of the digital transformation. So digital transformation wasn't a top business priority before the crisis, but the crisis has removed the barrier. And it brings a new opportunity for brands to think about digital options for their business, accelerating brand to rethink their operation model, engage and experiment with technology in product development. Although the development of the virtual sampling in denim is a bit behind than other categories, and I think the reason because of the capacity of the product, and also digital transformation is not just like a single project or change. That involves the company restructure, why restructure that extend to people, to the operation, and also to the technology. So let's have a look at the speed. So in order to tackle the need of speed from the market, brand continue to require shorter lead time from its supply chain. So when you look at this page here, from a traditional garment production lead time for 2 days, and to the lean production 28 to 35 days. But when you look at the design and development, it's where you cannot see a significant reduction in time. So let's look into this 6 to 8 months. So within the 6 to 8 months, there's a concept development, development workshop, salesman before the order placement. It means there's a lot of physical sample being made during this period of time, from concept to the pre-production. So what's the problem might cause here? The non-lead time, the overdevelopment, the cost increment, and if we want to tackle all this problem here, one of the solutions would be design and development with a digital. So when we look at the physical sample process, from request to the finished product shipped to the customer, estimate 1 to 2 weeks. And then when you look into the virtual sampling cycle, estimate 5 to 6 hours. So where you can see a significant reduction in time in terms of the waiting time, showing, washing, and of course the shipping time. I have another video here to show you the differences in between the physical sampling process and the virtual sampling process. So with the digital design and development, now you can see a significant reduction in time from the original 6 to 8 months to 5 to 7 months. And the total cycle will be reduced from 44 weeks to 39 to 40 weeks. So here is our digital product development workflow. We start from the concept to our online showroom. And the digital concept board that we, back to a couple of years, that we gave up the traditional concept print board. And instead, we're using the digital concept board, which is the concept board can be a private place to think, or can be a shared workspace for collaboration with a customer. It allows my team or people to engage at the very beginning stage of the creative process in anywhere. And during the pandemic, in order to stay connected with a customer, we also develop our own online showroom. So allow customer to receive the seasonal trend information, our seasonal virtual collection, and also sustainable collection on this one-stop service, or this one-stop platform, anytime and anywhere. So I have another video, very quick video, to show how we start from the concept. So apart from the speed, and virtual sampling also allows us to be more greener. Without too many physical samples being made, we can save the material, energy, water, and carbon emission, and also the waste. And very quick, I've been talking about a lot of different benefits, and of course, there's still some challenges that we are facing in terms of the color, hand feel, fitting, and also the additional investment in both hardware and soft skill development is needed for the virtual sampling. So last but not least, I believe there's still a lot to explore in the virtual world, and I would like to end with my presentation with a famous quote by Peter Drucker. If you want something new, you have to stop doing something old. Thank you. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you. Thank you, Miles. Great presentation. So, because for our forum today, I mean, even for the Hong Kong Denim Festival this year, the topic is going to be like Denim Tomorrow. So I think your topic, shifting to digital is really, could be, really coming into the topic, right, the subject. And I think, it's really good to have you guys moving ahead by using the virtual sample, like the software that you just presented to us. I've been talking to Jorgen for many years, right? This is some kind of like our dream to be like to set up a virtual showroom. He's been helping us to setting up many things, but maybe you can say a few words.
Yeah, no, I think especially within we work within the digital denim field, and I think also having talked to Miles and worked with you before and with Jeanologia also, I think it's really impressive to see in practice what's being done to really lead the change in the industry, and I think it's incredibly important to take these first steps.
I think as I mentioned, digital transformation is not a single project and change. So that's why we see maybe the industry is still a little bit behind the other categories because the denim involves washing. But I think what I advise whoever want to go to digital is you have to prepare a cultural change. So technology is just a tool. People is a key. How we can well use the technology is very important. So because at the end of the day, all the implementing work and adopting work is fall into people. So people is the key, how we can drive. So we have to make sure they do have a solid understanding about what this technology can bring into the company. And once they buy in, they will drive your leads.
And I think also, like you say, I think people are the key element, and the tools and technology. It's incredible to see how much new things are coming up in the market, especially just within the denim world. And I think beyond what you presented today, also it's so good to be able to be the whole supply chain in one environment and to work from fabric to.
I'm glad to see a lot of brands they're heading to that way. They all have this kind of strategy on their roadmap. I do see that from the denim industry. Yeah.
And I'm sure because of the COVID-19, right? So that is the thing to speed up the whole thing. Yeah. Because I would say denim, jeans is some kind of like traditional things. So people would stick to more like, traditional washes, I need to see the actual sample. But the COVID-19 really pushing them to speed up the whole virtual, digital, design, laundry, things like that.
Yeah. I think it has to be like a top-down strategy, and to drive this virtual. Yeah.
No, I think, like you say, I think it's just it's so important to be able to go across the supply chain and to be able to work also from top down, from brands all the way down to fibers and to especially fabric and to garment and laundry. And I think this is the right approach also.
Yeah, I also think Jeanologia is also working on the e-design.
No, what to me it's also a clear demonstration. In denim, sometimes our industry is always thinking that the old was better, that we cannot move forward. And I think that Crystal is a perfect example that taking the leadership in changing the way of doing the things is possible, and it's worth. No? And now to me the next step is that this digital world is going from just the development into the production, which in our field, in the jeans finishing, is not easy. But I think that we are on the track, and very soon, whatever we will have created digitally will have an immediate transformation into a finished product.
Yep, that's why we always say the winner is going to be someone which is thinking ahead of the others, right?
If I can add one more thing also, I think
please.
it's really also impressive from Miles and Crystal Group's point of view also to be sharing all the information with the rest of the industry. That is not just something that is only kept within the company, but also that you're coming in and talking about it to the rest of the world. I think is also incredibly important.
It's no secret in the industry. Yeah.
So I have to show this. You can keep this one.
I go on.
Full
transparency.
Thank you.
Right. Okay. So maybe we can talk about that again. Talk about that. At the end of the forum. And so next one, is going to present is the really important guy, the godfather of the denim. Okay. So Adriano Goldschmied, the founder of Genious Group. So he's going to help us to present. He's going to present the sustainability in the denim world.
Hello, thank you very much to everybody to have me here in occasion of the Hong Kong Denim Festival. I am particularly pleased to be and to have this presence in Asia, because Asia and in particular China is going to be shape our future more than any other country. In fact, China was already passing from the manufacturer of the world to the biggest market of the world. This one is having very important consequences in the structure of our business, And I would say COVID is accelerated tremendously a process of big change. Big change that are going through all the aspects of our business, from the concept to the execution, to the technology, to the innovation, and also how we market the product. The changes, as I told you, they are really big this time. But what is very special in some way is that the changes are going through the whole process, starting from agriculture, for instance. For more than 100 years, the denim was only about cotton. Today, we are going into new fibers that they're going to play a very important role in the future. We are talking about new fibers, like from one side the natural fibers, like for instance the hemp, but also the recycled cotton in particular, and also other fiber recycled, but also is going to be a very important part of the innovation in fibers that is coming from the cellulosic, in particular what Lenzing is doing with TENCEL and Modal. The innovation is going from the fiber to the creation of the indigo, where we have, for instance, with the smart indigo, a very strong innovation in how we make the indigo, and the new technologies in finishing the fabric, in how we dye the fabric, and more important is about laundries. In the laundry, today we have washes, we have innovation and technologies that are bringing almost to zero the usage of water. We save a lot of chemicals, and we save a lot of energy, and the emission of CO2 are very, very low compared to traditional washes. The changes, by the way, are not only regarding technology, innovation, and making the whole process of making a pair of jeans more clean and sustainable. Is about the concept of the business, how we make the business. In the past, the only rule about our business was about making money. That is okay, because obviously making money is very important to finance the research, to finance new products, to finance the way that we go to the market. But what is coming after the experience of COVID is that is not the only focus. The other focus has to be a new morality, a new sensibility for ethics and social responsibility, and to make our industry a better place to work. In many, many seminars, webinars, and panels, we've been talking about the function of technology and the innovation that technology is bringing to our industry. Today, anyhow, I prefer to talk about another part that is probably the most important one, because if there is one thing that we learn in the COVID experience is that digitalization is by far the winner. Means that the changes are touching the whole process when we start from designing, when we start from creating a mood board, and we go through the design process, making the samples, and finally have the samples and bring into the showroom and the market. As a partner of Meyer, I've been dedicating a lot of work in trying to organize on the digital aspects of the product development and the design. You know that my background is design, and so I was particularly focused on this area that, in my opinion, is going to be a key point to organize properly our business. COVID is having a tremendous impact on our business. One day from the other, we couldn't travel, we couldn't have physical appointments, we couldn't make a fitting, we couldn't have what was a normal practice of creating a jean. And that's why moving into the digital is today an obligation. It is a process that was already in place, but it's been accelerating tremendously, because without the digitalization today, it's not possible to run our business. The first step for us when we approach the digitalization of our business was creating Meyer. Meyer is pretty well known today because we are in the market long time before the COVID. And it is a program most of you probably knows about. It is the perfect tool in order to create the customization of the garment, to work on the details, to change it, to have a look how they come, how they look, and more than any other thing is about creating the files to send out for the laser. And you know that the washing process in creating a sample was really physical. Today with Meyer we have a digital tool. But a very important part of our work is about selecting fabrics and selecting accessories. And this part was missing. So at Meyer we've been studying this, and we created a new tool that is called My Showroom. My Showroom is working on cloud, and so is allowing to put together the players of our business. On one side we have the mills, we have the suppliers, we have the laundries, we have the manufacturing. On the other side we have the brands, we have the product developers, we have the buying office, and My Showroom is create an area where all these players can talk directly and have a vision, a complete vision, and very documented with a lot of information about all these elements. My Showroom is giving tremendous opportunities to the supply chain. In fact, the supply chain can put on My Showroom all the samples, prototypes. We can upload videos, demonstrations, information, and we can use high-resolution pictures, and we can reduce the cost of travels, because all the buying can be done with My Showroom. I know that one concern for sure, especially from designer, is I cannot touch the fabric. That obviously it is a very important factor because the hand feeling is one of the key points to make a product sellable. The fact is that with my showroom, you can choose and select according a lot of information that we can put in the showroom. We can put a lot of products. You can select your products and you can get your headers, and in a matter of days you can have in your place all the headers and all the material to touch and make a proper decision. The supply chain this way can get the samples orders, the request of headers or any other sample that is needed. And what is very important is my showroom is giving the possibility to analyze the sales, to analyze the product, to analyze which one are the more successful and the ones that are not moving. And in addition, we can customize the showroom according what is identity of the mill or the supplier, according the graphic or whatever the mill thinks is important for the customer. Last but not least is that we can have copies of all the certifications, and we can for sure giving all the sustainability information that the customers need. Which one are the advantages for the brands and the customers? Consider one thing, all our team is coming mostly from the design, the laundry business, the manufacturing, and from the brand business, like I'm coming from. And so we understood that we need to have a process that is very friendly and simple to manage. And that one is a very important point because design needs not to be too technical from a certain point of view. And so we designed this project making very easy, putting a lot of filters in order to research a particular thing, saving time in the research and be extremely efficient in organizing your research. And we have a lot of information, but those information are very easy to get. I tell you what is my dream, and I think the dream of so many people working in our industry. The dream is to go digitally from the concept of the line, so creating the mood board, sketching, designing, putting together the fabrics, accessories, and create digital washes. And at the end, with the 3D, we have digital samples. And the digital sample very soon is gonna transfer into a presentation to the consumer or to the customers. So one day is gonna happen that we produce only when we have sales. That is an incredible change in terms of saving money, having good quality, and have the right approach to the market, to the consumers, but also in terms of manufacturing is going to be a revolution. And we are on that way, and I think with Meyer and my showroom, we've been covering a very wide area in this direction, in this path. It's not finished because the process is going to be long and it's going to take time, but things are moving very, very quickly because we realize that if we like to have a better world and to have an industry that is cleaner and more sustainable and circular, the only way to go is to be digital and to get ready for that. That is going to be for sure our future. I think that all the digitalization process is a process that is going to be extremely important in Asia and in particular in China. We're going to a time where design is going to be extremely strong in China because it's the biggest market in the world. And so I feel that this one is going to be a big, big, important subject for the times to come. Thank you very much, and we see on digital.
So thank you so much, Adriano. And I think, for me, I think, Adriano is, one of the really, forward-thinking guy, in our industry. So I guess, the input that, he just giving us is really valuable, right? And so the next speaker is going to be you, Jordi. So please, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So should I just push? Okay. Okay. When Michael asked me to join here, I was really glad, and I want to thank you for that. We are talking about future, and future. I think that one of the words that it's always appearing is sustainability, and probably the other one is digital. And I was trying to guess a little bit how sustainability is going to condition all our industry in the future. After thinking a little bit, I think that really is already driving the way we are working in our industry. So if we see a little bit the traditional running of the economics, any kind of business, and also ours, we went from a time where a company was defined about the products, what we are doing as a company, who we are as a company, but what our consumer, our customers are really now appreciating is about who we, not who we are, but how we are, about how we contribute instead of what we do, and which are our values instead of our products. So our customer is going to be identified not about the specific product that we are doing, but about how the company and those people that is associated with is feeling and thinking, if this is matching with my point of view as a consumer. So 10 years back, probably, when I was starting my presentation, I had been explaining all of you that Jeanologia is a machine manufacturing company that is producing the most advanced machine in the world, and lasers and ozone. But the reality is that this is not relevant for all of you and for majority of our customers or the end consumers. What is important is who we are. Not about who we are, but how we are. I mean, is to have an idea that is driving our action and something that is adding value to the market and to our customers. No? So a little bit is what we call the vision and the mission and the vision, that really it's something that at least in our case, is really driving all our activities. I think that this is very important because sustainability in our industry is becoming, I would say, the core value. It's very important that to understand that our business had been, our industry had been very important for the progress of the human being, of the societies as we know today. But we have done things that were not correct. And it's time for us, all the industry, to work to correct it. I want just to share a little bit how we apply this concept and this value of Jeanologia inside of our company. Maybe it can be useful for some of you. In our company, we have two kinds of profit and loss. One is the economical, the other is in terms of environment. So it is established and audited in our company, not only if we gain money or we lose money, but also what is our impact in terms of water every year. So we have audited our figures, and according to every kind of technology that we are having in the market, this is helping to save a certain quantity of water. So it means that both profit and loss, both results are together in order to drive what is our activity, what is our business. I think that this is an important point, that is not just to talk about sustainability, but also to really drive the company in a concept of sustainability. There is a lot to be done, but at least for us it's a guidance that, in example, if tomorrow we develop a new technology and this technology is profitable economically, but is not profitable in terms of water, this technology will never be in our portfolio. So sustainability, you know, it's a concept that it's just associated to product. And to me, it's something more deeper that requires the industry to really change the entire mindset to go to a model that is really sustainable for the future. At the end, it's not about making things with less water or less chemicals. It's really to think in your business as something that will grant the long life of the industry, the long life of our business. And this somehow is joined, both of the profit and loss, economical and environmental, in what we call the Mission Zero. Mission Zero is our clear idea that we want by 2025 to eliminate completely the use of toxic chemicals and the use of water in the denim finishing industry. I didn't tell before, but our company is inside of we are a technological supplier inside of the finishing of jeans. Okay, so once the jean is stitched, then it's where we are contributing in the industry. So from our side, we have our Mission Zero, that at the end it's like a summary of let's say this idea of being a profitable company from an economical point of view, but also with a contribution in terms of sustainability. And this is what we are trying. We are trying to partner with our customers, with anyone who wants to be adding their contribution into the industry, so that we can really eliminate the water by 2025. So it means that in our case, sustainability really is driving our future, because it's determining what is the activity that we want to do. So it means that before, probably our slogan could be, we want to be the best in the world doing machinery, and today what we want is to be the best for the world. So this is the strategical part, let's say, from the companies about how sustainability is driving or changing the way of operation. I think that is very important, but then there is the second part. It is, what about the product? It means when we think in the finished product, probably sustainability had been till the last few years something more about premium. It means if you had a product and your product was done in a sustainable way, this was a premium, and sometimes the customers were ready to pay more for that product. I think that this is over, this time is over, and sustainability is something that it is a must already, and consumers are not ready to pay extra for that sustainability because it's understood that it's a value that the companies have to do to be operating. It's like nobody can question that a product should be more expensive because it's not using child labor that it was used some time back. So it's a value, it's a core value that has to be respected in the product you are doing. So similarly, sustainability is becoming that. It's becoming something that is, if you are not able to produce without damaging the planet, then please go out from the business. And I think that this is how the things are moving, are transforming, and we have to be ready for that. Then when we talk about sustainability, there are several different areas. And of course, just to summarize, we talk about the raw material, about the processes and elements to transform from a cotton plant or from any other raw material into a jean. And then there are two critical points where we are acting, that is how to minimize the use of the water. It means how we use less water from the nature, and it's clear that our industry needs water. Water is it's an important part to transform this, but then what do we do with the waste of water? So if we work in all those aspects is when we can achieve the right or the zero impact in our production. So again, how we believe that the industry will be moving, it is already moving and will be the driver for the future. To get any pair of jeans, you have several options. You can choose what is the route that you want to use. If you want to use more water or this chemical or the other or this kind of processes, it's something that there is not just one garment and one process. You have several options. So again, as an example about how sustainability is driving the industry or will be driving the industry is that today there are tools like the EIM software that it's just providing you information about what is the impact that your garment will have. And this impact, it can be also compared for getting the same kind of product with different recipes. So today, many companies already, they are using EIM as a tool to understand before starting any kind of wash, what would be the impact in using the route A, B, or C. The most interesting thing is that when you work with a sustainable concept, when you try to reduce the water and the chemicals, in almost all the cases, you are able to reduce cost in your production, of course, associated to a capital investment, but in terms of process, the fact of reducing the quantity of water, the quantity of chemical, the energy, all this is bringing you a process that is more simple to get with the same look that you want and with a shorter process time if you do in the right way. So it means that once again, sustainability is driving the product development, and this push from the sustainable point of view is bringing also a product that is nice, is the product that the consumer wants, and it's done with the values that that consumers are expecting from the product that they are buying. And just, let's say, just this picture that we found somewhere. You know, jeans were a sign in the 50s, 60s. They were the sign of the rebel. I think that we need to recover this spirit. We need to recover the spirit of jean, a part of being just something nice to wear. The spirit of jean as let's be rebel about how the planet is getting damaged. Let's recover the spirit of jean as something showing that I like blue jean, I like my industry, I want to be proud of my industry, and I don't want to hide that I am in denim industry. And I think that this is very important for all of us, because jeans are nice, had been really very, very important for our progress. Let's take back this rebel spirit and let's make the jeans in a clean way. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jordi. So yeah, great presentation. So I also think, you know, Jeanologia is always, you know, the forward player for the industry as well. And I'm sure, you know, Crystal Group is also, you know, a big fan of you guys, you know, because they have, you know, so much, you know, laser machines, you know, ozone is also, you know, getting from you guys. And you know, thank you for, you know, sharing, you know, all the information to us. And maybe we can talk about that, you know, once Jorgen's presentation is finished, right? Because I also realized that you also have the e-design, so maybe we can talk about that, you know, a little bit, you know, later on. Yeah. Because Jorgen is going to present the virtual digital solution as well, right? So please go ahead, Jorgen.
Thank you, Michael. Yes, thank you, Michael, and Hong Kong Denim Festival for having me here. First of all, I think also it's been really nice to be able to sit through and to listen to your presentation so far. What I think my role here is today a little bit more is also, Michael, you've been talking about fabric. I think as the beginning of the supply chain and from kind of fiber back to Lenzing, as we heard also. Into Miles' presentation about more garment and digital garment making and sampling process, and Jordi's presentation also on Jeanologia's finishing technology and the work that's being done. I think first of all, in Inqova and our company here and what I'm representing is basically more as a consulting agency. We both try to think of what the new solutions is for the denim industry, and then we also like to be as much of a part of it as we can. We've had a little bit of a pilot project over the last 6 months where we've just been slowly trying to kind of share ideas and thoughts about the future. So I'm also going to summarize a little bit of that today and try to kind of take a step back from the details of the industry that you presented so far. So let's look a little bit into the digital denim supply chain as a whole. And let me see, I think I already did the introduction. So where we are today, I think you've all presented also where we are today with the current situation. I think we can look a little bit more into in the next slides that I'm going to go through also what do we see as being kind of the catalyst for change. I think we mentioned that we need an industrialized solution. We cannot just talk about smaller, kind of small scale things that can be done on a kind of like a one-off basis. I think we need to talk about scalability and also talk about what's really the digital supply chain compared to the digital tools and applications. So what does really the future of the supply chain look like? Right now, again, we talked about what's the current state right now, and just take a step back. We have fabric mills, traditionally always being responsible for making fabrics. Also the first touching points of the raw materials. If we take, for example, cotton as the example, getting cotton fiber into spinning, then spinning into fabric, dyeing, the whole process, and then finishing out with a physical fabric. Then the physical fabric going into the garment factory with cut and sew and laundry elements being kind of an incorporated part of that, and then from laundry into finished garment. So the current situation, also now transitioning a little bit more into what we see as the change being, we can then look a little bit what we see as the digital element of the supply chain, is that we're not really looking at a new supply chain, we're looking at just building up a digital element on top of that. So The key thing we see happening now in the industry is that we already talked about fabric digitalization and fabric digital distribution, so libraries and different ways of sharing digital fabrics. This is happening on the fabric mill side. On the fabric side. On the garment factory side, we see the digital fabric libraries being used, as Miles has talked about. We see 3D garment sampling happening from pattern making into rendering out garments. We also see digital laundry as Jeanologia is doing, and as Michael said, we can talk a little bit more after on the e-designer. And then we see from the brand side that we have digital sample of finished garments and brands requesting to see more digital sampling as well. The problem that we see here, that I can point out before my next slide, is also that we see that there's a wide gap between each of these three boxes. So if we look at what the future needs to be, is that right now we see that there's close communication and collaboration between the different manufacturers in the supply chain, but we also see that that needs to happen on the digital level. So more than just having digital applications and tools that can help us to save and do things better on each step of the supply chain, we also need to look at how can we get these tools to talk to each other and to have collaboration happening in the digital space across the supply chain and not just improving processes. So if we look at, I'm just going to summarize very quickly also here on what we see the key elements being. And at the moment also, we also see from a fabric mill side that there's a bunch of new technologies coming out and new technologies working, especially within the denim industry and projects that we're now working on towards fabric digitization. So when we start the digital denim supply chain, we need a digital raw material. And so that's the digital fabrics. And then we have digital distribution. So once the mill is then being able to digitize the fabric, it can then be uploaded and be distributed online through a showroom or a digital platform. If we then go to garment factory side, we then have digital libraries, which will then become the kind of the interchange of where the fabric mills are meeting the garment factories and beyond. And then the garment factories then working mainly on 3D garment sampling and on digital laundry and being able to use the different applications. But as we see also going down to the brand side, we'd see there needs to be a triangle or some kind of means of communication and collaboration between these elements. And as also brands are working on 3D product development from their side, they need to be linked up to the, let me see here, to the rest of the supply chain. I want to highlight here also that these are images that we have from online and from different sources that are not necessarily representative of the work that we are now doing, but this is also what we see in the space. These are all digital rendered out denim fabrics and garments. And so what we see is that we see a lot of very cool things happening. These are particularly from the fabricant and the mill sortie have done projects to be able to highlight the digitization and being able to do digital developments. So we can see, let me see if I can start the movement, different animations and different renders that makes it more realistic also for everyone across the supply chain to understand how the real end garment will look like or the real end product will turn out. So of course, we've already highlighted some of the key things here that in doing this, we can save a lot of time. We can communicate online and at any time, basically 24/7 from anywhere around the world. We can be able to do presentations and send files around. And of course, from this, the real thing that will drive a lot of change and we see is important for the manufacturers is the cost savings opportunities from this. We see also from our role in this and what we are now working towards and what also from after today, I hope that anyone that is interested in this or want to take part in this can help us on what we are now working on, what we're calling the digital denim operating system. So as we now have applications like digitization processes and we have different digital libraries coming up and different 3D sampling softwares, there's such an extensive world of different technologies out there that is really difficult in a lot of times to understand what's the best practices when you work across a lot of different technological applications. So we're now working towards trying to bring everything down to what we kind of like to think of it as an operating system, as an environment where all these applications, technologies can operate. We're trying to gather best practices and develop the best possible processes for if you stack together different types of technologies, how can they work in the best possible way? And we're very much for trying to be a gathering point for transparency and knowledge and the best ways of doing things through the industry. So we're mainly working on being across the physical supply chain to be able to enable a digital supply chain. There's nothing I think we can do all by ourselves or that any one of us can do alone. So it's also very important that we collaborate and work together. So we really work towards a digital denim operating system that can help us to share and industrialize digital as the way forward. So if anyone wants to get in touch, this is also my information, and I'm very happy to receive any questions or to be able to talk to anyone out there that is interested in the topic.
Thank you, Jorgen. And I can see the pictures that you show it in your presentation. It just looks like a real denim. So can you tell us a little bit more about the technologies right now, and can you share with us some future kind of a concept on that?
No, absolutely. I think what we're seeing is that what's important for the solutions now to be adopted in the market is, first of all, on a kind of a first attempt that they're realistic, because we can develop as much digital samples and as much digital fabrics and processes as we want to, but if it looks like something unrealistic or something that doesn't really look like denim, then in the end of the day, it's not really going to be able to do the job on communicating what it needs to do. So what we see, and especially what I've showed so far in the presentation, is on garment making. I think that's also where it all comes together. We see in garment making we have 3D sampling platforms like CLO 3D and Browseware. There's other softwares in the market, but I think Browseware and Clo is really leading and pushing that to new edges. That's seeing now a lot of advancement and a lot of things happening, being able to render out beautiful garments, as we saw here also. You can then render out very nice. I can also highlight one of the things that we see here in some of these images is that a lot of these are raw denim garments. So I think that's also, it kind of highlights that where we have gotten to also is that we're still missing in the denim space a really strong integration, I would say, because it's not necessarily missing from the big picture. I think e-designers from Jeanologia and the effort that's being made towards digital laundry, it's really there, but it also needs to be integrated into the digital supply chain. And I think that this is, that's together with also, as we've talked about many times before, the fabric digitization, is that to be able to improve on the raw material that we have available to work with are the key challenges going forward.
Yeah, I totally agree, what you just said, and also, the presentation you just, presented to us, because I think as a denim mill perspective, right? So I think, right now is we are working, we're working with our own, and then Crystal, maybe they are working with their own, and then a Jeanologia and the brands, because we don't have a chain, or we don't have a connection together, on the digital side. So I guess, your concept is really kind of a really, good concept, for the industry, is how we could align together, from different parts, right? So this is what I totally agree, what you just mentioned.
Yeah, I think what's important and what I would like to highlight also with what we've all talked about and with my presentation is beyond the amazing technologies that we're seeing. And again, technology is also a space that can often be very complex and difficult to navigate because it's technical in many ways. And I think beyond the need now to be technical in denim fabrics and denim garment making and denim laundry, we also need to be technical on software operations and how to design using new softwares. And we also see the importance and why I would like to highlight the digital supply chain is that technology can also work together in different ways depending on how it's put together. So that's why we also believe that it's so important to have almost like an operating system or a best practices manual, or in some way that we can try to gather what's really happening in the industry and try to share that back out, so that independent really on what kind of technology you have in the company, you should be able to fit things together so that different applications can talk to each other.
I think that also what is going to change quite a lot is that until now we are trying to adapt the digital wall into the traditional wall. I think that this is something that it will change very fast. I mean, we cannot put the digital with all the potentiality that it has just at the service of a very limited way of doing the things. I mean, the fabric had been done in the same way with different technological advancement, but especially thinking in productivity rather than in a different way to do the things, no? So to me, the digital will bring a different way to create the product based on how digitally we can create the product. One of the gaps that there is in the industry is about, one thing is the look. It means digitally you need to get the right look of a garment so that this can substitute somehow the real garment. But the other part is, in order to produce whatever you have done digitally into the reality, you need to know how this will behave, how this fabric will really perform when you are applying certain finishes. And I think that this is the biggest track, or at least is where, from our R&D, we are putting more and more effort so that we understand not only the look. Some people is working in magnificent presentations or ways to show a garment, but how the wash effects will perform in one particular fabric. I think that this is so important because this is what is going to link the digital creation with the real production. But for doing this, we need to change entirely the production chain. It means, for instance, today, this is possible if you are starting with some specific fabrics that you know very well. You have some particular washes, and then based on the pattern that you want to have, you can transform immediately this into a garment. But this is necessary to be done with chemicals, with enzymes, with so many other things that has to be integrated in this ecosystem. And we are not an industry that we used to collaborate a lot. And I think that this is a must. No, it's a reality, no? We are an industry that is based on the competition, understood like, if I win, you lose.
Yeah.
and I think that this is something, this is a mindset that gradually has to change. And if we go in that direction is when we can really make something really, really different.
I think also, exactly like you said, I can give one example of what we see also kind of a very practical example also is when you look at, for example, the fabric as the raw material of where really a lot of of course, the raw material that we talk about in the physical supply chain, we talk about the fiber, and we talk about the water and the chemicals going into the actual processes. But if we really start the digital process looking at the fabric, there's really three elements that we see being key in digitization now, which is, you mentioned visual being one key element, and then you have the physics being the other element, but then we also have the laundry element to it. And technically, if we really look at the supply chain, as I also showed it in my presentation, the laundry element doesn't really happen until the end of the process, but we already know that by the time we digitize fabric, we need to understand how a fabric will perform in laundry. So, for example, now that yes, we can visualize a fabric and make sure that it looks good on a rendered 3D garment, as I kind of also showed on some of the images here. But then when you want to bring it into a 3D sampling software, then you need the physics, because you need to understand the drape of the fabric and how it will perform. And then you also, when you need to apply the laundry to it in a digital world, you also need to understand how does that particular fabric react to chemicals and processes. So it's already, I think it's very fundamental just from that example to show that we need to share information, share data and share information and collaborate across the supply chain for there to even be a possibility of a digital supply chain.
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of limitation. I think everyone have to agree, in terms of using the virtual sampling. But you do need a lot of alignment or before you communicate with the customer to, meeting the expectation. It's very important as well.
But the customer has not to be out of this. Customer has to be integrated there.
Yeah, I don't think virtual sampling can 100% replace the physical sample for right now, but at least we can reduce the physical sample being made, which is helping the world, I think.
And I think this is an important topic to address also, is that usually when I talk about these things also, a lot of people think it's either 100% or nothing. But when we're talking about digitalization, digital transformation, digitization, anything in this space, it's really, we're not talking about digitizing everything right away. It's a digital transformation is really not just a project or something that you have happen overnight. It's something that happens with change of people, change of technology, a lot of elements. So we're not going towards 0% physical samples. I don't think that's going to happen for a long time. But I think that we're going in a direction of digital samples.
Yeah, I think some of the audience right now is they're watching us for these digital topics, and I think they have to move forward, because I guess the brands is pushing us, and then I guess everyone needs to do all the developments, even product developments or maybe garments. They need to move fast, and they cannot just stick with the ordinary, traditional way to do it, right? So I guess, because again, going back to the topic today, so because it's Denim tomorrow, so I totally, believe, this is, some kind of, tomorrow, forward thinking things, and then, that is something that, we have to do, right? So again, thank you so much for you guys to come up, on the stage, to present, your thoughts, innovations, and thank you so much for, other speakers to help us to present, all their thoughts, comments, innovations, for the forum, and also, for Hong Kong Denim Festival 2021 as well. So then, this is, I'm going to run up, the whole thing, but then, this is not the last thing, for the forum today. And actually, you can fill in the questionnaire in the Hong Kong Denim Festival website, so we can make a better one next time. And then, after that, at 5 p.m., so we are going to have the International Student Exchange Program. So this program is actually Advanced Denim, Crystal Group, Jeanologia is helping the student to make a really nice denim collection. And of course, some of you may not be able to come to PMQ to see the whole collection, but at 5 p.m., they're going to present the collections, and also they're going to present, the themes of the collection. So the student is actually coming from HKDI, Hong Kong, DI Hong Kong, Suzhou Science Tech University, London College of Fashion, FIT in New York, Jean School in Amsterdam. So they have designed, some, really special denim outfit for this event. So just, make sure you will come back at 5 p.m. To see the whole collection. So thanks again for you guys.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank
so
you.
Again, if you have any questions, just leave, your comments, questions in the website, Hong Kong Denim Festival 2021 website. Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
大家好，我係 Michael， 好開心啦，又同大家見面。香港牛仔節咧，其中一個初衷咧，就係咧要支持同埋培育咧優秀嘅設計人才。咁咧，我哋公司咧都非常認同嘅。咁所以咧，我哋公司啦 ，Advanced Denim、Crystal Group， 頭先如果有睇直播嘅朋友都睇到啦。咁同埋 Jeanologia 都身體力行咧，咁大力支持呢個項目嘅。咁國際牛仔設計交流項目咧，咁就我哋咧就揀咗7位讀設計嘅學生啦去參加嘅。咁佢哋咧就將自己嘅概念咧就設計成一個好好嘅 collection 啦。咁就同業界唔同嘅人啦，同埋機構咧就合作設計出一套好靚嘅牛仔服飾。咁 咁跟住咧就展覽出嚟。咁亦都如果你哋有需要嘅，其實可以喺 PMQ 咧就實際可以睇到佢哋嘅作品，亦都好靚嘅。咁佢哋嘅作品咧亦都好專業。咁啱啱咧播咗出嚟嘅片咧，其實就係國際牛仔設計交流項目嘅花絮。咁不過最後嘅成品咧，就真係要再賣個關子啦。咁大家記住咧，就繼續 keep 住睇我哋個 live。咁轉頭咧，我哋就會送上俾大家㗎啦。咁今日咧亦都好開心咧，邀請到3位參加今次國際牛仔設計交流項目嘅年青設計師啊，嚟到呢度同大家見面同埋傾下偈嘅。咁分享下啦，新進設計師行業嘅睇法啦，同埋喺設計上面嘅心得。咁同埋咧對未來嘅睇法同埋展望嘅。咁睇下呢班年青設計師點樣同佢哋嘅創意啦，同埋為業界帶來嘅新衝擊嘅。咁請3位設計師上台同我哋分享。咁有請 London College of Fashion 嘅 Kin Yan Lam。係，咁跟住咧就係HKDI 嘅 Mei Sze Mac。好啦 ，DI 嘅 Katrina。今日大家都悉心打扮啊，好靚嘅牛仔衫，咁有牛仔口罩，十分靚。咁好啦，咁今次咧呢個國際牛仔設計項目啦，咁呢個項目咧就係一個你哋覺得係一個點樣嘅體驗咧？係啦，不如阿 Kin Yan 講先啦。
不如我介紹下我自己先啦，我叫 Kin Yan 啦，咁我係代表 London College 嘅代表啦。咁其實我覺得今次嘅體驗對我講，雖然因為疫情啦，我自己就覺得有啲可惜嘅，因為冇得見到即係7位設計師嘅嚟自唔同國家嘅參加者咁樣咯。咁呢方面我覺得可惜。但係咧，咁我哋都即係我哋3個都親身嚟到呢個現場睇佢哋嘅作品啦。咁都互相了解到即係大家嘅作品同埋大家理念係如何，同埋咁佢哋都可以喺我哋嘅即係我見佢哋。即係我哋 website 都有virtual 嘅 exhibition， 咁我哋都可以睇過喺 website 嗰度睇翻我哋嘅作品。咁呢個我覺得真係大會嗰邊安排得幾好咯，呢個 session 係咯。
係咁，其實咧我都想補充一下啦。其實原本個設計咧，咁當然啦，即係我哋原本係應該係1年前去 plan 㗎嘛。咁原本個設計咧就我哋頭先個 forum 完咗之後咧，咁跟住落嚟咧，我哋就會做一個 mini 嘅 fashion show 嘅。咁就係可以咧，就有啲 model 啦，咁啊可以着咗佢哋嘅設計嘅衫啦。咁喺個 mini fashion show 之前咧，其實咧就所有嘅嗰7個嘅設計師咧，就會去到我哋嘅工廠睇下個布，即係成個牛仔布嘅生產過程啦。咁跟住咧又會去 Crystal 嘅洗水廠，實際去洗。佢哋嗰個設計嘅作品嘅，咁之後咧，去到今日咧就可以咧即刻第一時間咧就做一個 mini 嘅 catwalk， 咁就可以show 翻俾大家睇嘅。咁但係冇辦法啦，疫情大家都有好多新常態啦，好多新轉變啦，咁變咗就好多新嘗試啦。咁變咗咧，我哋咧就去咗，而家咧做咗一個 live。咁跟住咧，而家亦都佢哋可以親身上到嚟 present 咧，我都會覺得好開心㗎啦已經。咁可能亦都多人睇咗都唔定，因為有 live 啊嘛，係啦。咁咧，但係我都準備咗啲問題嘅，係啦，喺即係 before 你哋去 present 呢樣嘢嗰陣時咧，我都準備咗啲問題，想問大家嘅。咁頭先阿 Kin Yan 答咗個啦，咁Mei Sze都可以答一答啦。咁你又點樣睇？嗱，不如你都做咗好多即係啲牛仔嘅設計啦。咁你點樣睇即係而家香港牛仔嘅文化咧？
我覺得香港係一個快福地嚟嘅，佢有因為背景文化啦，我哋會個 denim culture 係受到唔同國家嘅影響嘅，就好似美國、日本咁樣啦。我哋嘅culture 係受住唔同其他影響啦。再重要嘅係我哋有好有 passion 嘅 designer 啦，唔同公司啦，好似Crystal Group 啦或者 Advance 咁樣嘅。去帶俾一啲新嘅技術或者一啲 vintage 嘅方法呈現，去營造呢個culture 出嚟咁樣。係冇錯，咁我都覺得喺香港做 design
其實真係要好有 passion 先得嘅，所以我都好欣賞你哋。係，其實即係我覺得每一個 designer 又好，即係每一個即係從事即係我覺得藝術啊、設計啊，其實都要即係好有 passion， 同埋即係我由 day one 開始，即係點解話即係 Advance 又好Crystal 又好，即係其他機構都好啦。其實即係我哋覺得係喺我哋個 industry 入邊咧，真係要好 support 一啲young talent， 咁即係成件事先至可以即係繼續去發展嘅。尤其我好 believe 香港嘅牛仔係有我哋獨特嘅文化嘅，係有我哋嘅 culture 嘅，同埋即係我亦都好開心啦，即係今次係第2次啦。咁第1次我都見到其實原來香港好多好有 talent 嘅牛仔 designer。咁包括你哋幾位都係啦，係啦。咁阿 Kin Yan 有冇啲嘢想講下關於香港牛仔文化？
我覺得其實即係香港作為呢個國際都會咧，其實我覺得牛仔方面嘅領域咧係好代表到即係香港呢個多元文化或者係中西合璧嘅特色咯。即係譬如我琴日即係行樓下市集咁樣啦，其實我見到有旗袍，我見到有西裝。西裝布拼牛仔，我有見到 kimono 啊，又有唔同 patchwork 啊，其實真係好代表到即係香港呢個國際都會啊，融合到唔同嘅文化咁樣咯。咁呢個我覺得係即係完全係我哋香港嘅其中一個特色咯，喺牛仔裏邊嚟講。
啱，冇錯。咁阿 Katrina 咧，有冇啲咩 comment 喺香港嘅牛仔文化咧？
如果你話香港嘅牛仔文化，其實你而家喺日常，即係可能喺街度見到，其實好多人都會着牛仔褲啊、牛仔外套啊。好似我哋在座幾位都係啦，即係好中意着牛仔呢一樣物料做嘅一啲設計啦。因為其實牛仔布係好舒服啦、好透氣啦，咁其實就會變咗係一個日常嘅一個衣着嘅打扮，而且佢嘅色即係藍色為主，其實都可以四季好易襯咁樣嘅。咁同埋你話如果係西方同埋東方一個文化影響，好似阿 Kin Yan 啱啱咁講啦，有啲日本嘅文化啦，或者一啲中式嘅文化，就可能好似旗袍嘅一啲冚啊，同埋一啲盤紐啊呢啲影響啦。咁其實就可以反映到其實我哋香港係融入咗好多唔同即係唔同國家、唔同地方嘅一啲文化，去再用一啲牛仔嘅元素去演繹出嚟咁樣咯。係
冇錯，我都覺得牛仔布個變化好大嘅。咁同埋即係香港即係可能你話歷史又好，個地理環境又好啦，其實係真係香港係中西文化咧係一個即係一個mix 係啦，係好強，個特色好強嘅。咁嗱，你哋咧都講咗有少少講咗我下一條問題啦。咁我下一條問題咧，其實就係想問啦。咁即係作為一個香港，嚟先講香港嘅文化啦。咁我哋又想講下話，即係你點睇呢個香港作為一個中西即係文化嘅交匯點啦？咁你又點樣睇？即係而家即係即係香港啦，即係可能你話喺東方同西方。即係點樣去，即係呢個牛仔文化點樣去影響到即係大家去互相影響咯。即係我相信，即係你話我哋香港有俾有啲 Western 嘅 culture 影響到我係絕對認同嘅。咁但係因為我可能我自己都有好多時去 travel 啦。咁但係你話喂會唔會歐洲嗰邊完全冇俾中國影響咧？其實我又覺得唔會嘅喎，因為而家啲人係即係除咗你話今年啦冇得 travel 啦，咁但係其實啲人都不斷喺度 travel 噶嘛，係咪？日本又嚟，你又去日本，咁我哋又去歐洲，又去美國，咁其實即係我哋都會影響到佢哋嘅。咁我想問啊，即係喺你哋個即係 point of view 係你哋會點樣睇，或即係喺我哋 East 點樣去影響到西方啦，或者西方點樣有即係影響到我哋東方嘅牛仔文化咧？咁即係你哋可以講一講咯。咁啊 Mei Sze 你講先啦。
好啊，我覺得喺個咁信息通流匯嘅地方時代啦，我覺得會從物料啦或者 technique 去互相影響嘅中西文化。有啲香港 designer 會將旗袍呢個元素擺落去美國嘅啲牛仔咁樣度，而美國designer 咧會將一啲日本嘅 borrow 啊藍紐去融入喺自己嘅 garment 度， 所以我覺得兩方面係影響得好深遠咁樣。
係咁啊，Katrina 先啦，我見你揦住個咪想講啦已經。
而我就覺得好似中國一啲文化、一啲百家被、一啲拼布嘅一啲效果啦，其實都令到我哋睇法到，其實我哋可以用唔同嘅牛仔 pattern 啊，即係去唔同嘅 pattern 嘅牛仔布去拼一件一個作品出嚟，或者一件產品啦。同埋而家牛仔嘅一啲產品唔只係服裝上面啦，其實一啲飾物啊，或者一啲玩具啊，其實都會係發展埋用牛仔去做嘅咁樣咯。
我喺我嘅諗法嚟講啦，即係或者我講緊即係西方點樣影響即係我哋東方先啦。咁我諗最大嘅我諗對我對即係歐洲啊歐美嗰個形式，即係我覺得佢哋係覺得牛仔啦係佢哋 second skins 嚟嘅。咁其實我見即係我喺嗰邊讀書嘅時候都見佢哋出街其實好 casual， 牛仔 T-shirt 咁啊出到街嘅。咁我諗係一個casual wear 啦。咁特別即係俾個例子Apple 嗰個創辦人啦 Steve Jobs， 其實佢每次發佈會都係着住條牛仔褲啊，sweater 黑色 sweater 咁樣。其實呢個就係帶咗呢個 smart casual 影響到香港啊，即係翻工啊，其實都係可以着牛仔褲襯西裝咁樣咯。咁呢個我個諗係即係西方嗰邊係影響到我哋咯。咁如果我如果係講緊東方點樣影響西方，我就覺得因為其實而家好多亞洲嘅品牌都開始崛起 designer brand， 國內啊或者台灣都好多品牌都喺個世界舞台入邊都幾多形姿，同埋每一年巴黎啊、London 啊都好多即係國內嘅品牌崛起。咁我覺得係大家都開始留意緊東方嘅一啲品牌。咁唔好講話品牌牛仔同時間都係咯，係咯咁樣咯。
同埋可能好多朋友都未必知，其實你噏得出嘅歐美品牌，其實大部分咧，即係我唔敢講話100%，但係大部分咧都係經香港好多嘅公司咧去即係唔會話，我諗而家香港好難話即係做 production 啦，去生產啦，但係經香港好多嘅公司，透過好多香港嘅公司咧而去喺東南亞又好，喺大陸又好做生產嘅。咁所以其實咧，香港亦都係臥虎藏龍地幫好多國際知名嘅品牌咧去做牛仔嘅生產，亦都好多 denim expert 喺我哋嘅 industry 咯。咁我都希望啦，越嚟越多好有 talent 嘅香港嘅後生仔可以繼續即係為我哋呢個 industry 繼續去發展咯。咁亦都即係好多謝你哋幾位啦。咁啊，即係當然你而家即係 face to face 可能3位啦，其實仲有其他嘅同學係做緊呢樣嘢嘅。咁我都真係好開心見到嘅。咁好啦，咁我哋要繼續啦，去 move on 啦。咁咧首先第一個咧就 share 嘅咧就係阿 Mei Sze， 係啦。咁你都 prepare 咗你嘅 collection 出嚟嘅。咁我見到咧亦都好靚啦，擺咗喺個台上面。咁你可唔可以同我哋分享一下你嗰個 collection 個設計嘅理念咧？
我 design 係嚟自個藍本係嚟自尖沙咀嘅重慶大廈嘅，有呢個喺有呢個60年文化嘅地方啦。佢係一個文化大熔爐。喺呢段時間呢個地方嘅人帶俾我哋係啲咩嘢咧？咁樣因為講到文化，我會覺得係 layer by layers 嘅，所以我諗到係一啲日本嘅藍樓啦，跟住點樣將一啲好傳統嘅嘢去變咗一啲好 technique 性嘅嘢，我就用咗一啲print 去做咁樣，再 on top 加啲 stitching 落去咁樣嘅。另外有一個個 fabric 嘅強烈對比，就係用一啲好似皮咁樣嘅denim 去做，再加一啲可能係print 咁樣啦去做咁樣呢個。 就去展現翻文化呢樣嘢咁樣咯。
係咁咧，好多謝你啊，分享咗你嗰個設計概念啦。咁不如你都即係講一講你都擺咗幾件衫喺度啦。咁不如你都同啲 audience 講一講，即係你件衫，即係我自己覺得好靚嘅呢件衫，即係賣得㗎，其實可以。
佢就比較有質感少少，因為 on top 再多加咗啲 stitching 上去咁樣咯。呢個就比較有一個 contrast 就係將一啲好 smooth 嘅嘢，再加一啲好 puff 嘅嘢咁樣，就好似件 jacket 咁樣。
但係我見個面度有啲車線咁喎，係咪？
係啦，就用翻南樓嗰個感覺去做咁樣啦。
即係你做嗰陣時係洗完水之後再車啲線上去定係點樣嘅？
印咗個 print 之後再 on top 用機去車咁樣，就啲繡花線嚟嘅咁樣咧。
係，好靚好靚，係啊，好靚。咁另外一件咧？
呢個後邊就用咗啲著卡去加埋迷彩一啲 pattern 去做咁樣嘅，會見到成個感覺都好大 contrast 嘅。你會見到前面好靚，但係後邊係好有文化感覺咁樣嘅，好似有啲特色秘密咁樣我覺得。
我想問前面嗰個係咪皮嚟㗎？
佢係一種 denim 嚟嘅，但係個感覺係好似皮咁樣。係加咗 coating 嘅呢個。
係啦，啱啱我都想講嗱，因為咧好多朋友咧佢會覺得喂牛仔就一定係藍色嘅。咁頭先咧，如果喺個 forum 度睇咧，其實我都會 present 咗一個叫做 Fontaine dye， 就係話有好多唔同顏色嘅，因為我哋會覺得我哋會有啲叫做 color denim 嘅嘢，我哋都黑牛啊咁。其實咧，阿 Mei Sze 咧佢都用咗一個我哋叫做牛仔 coating， 就喺佢頭先綠色嗰件衫嗰度。咁所以咧，其實牛仔個變化咧係好大嘅，即係我哋唔會話淨係藍色就係牛仔，因為可能你話100年前就係，但係而家喺呢個modern 嘅denim industry 咧，就其實係好多顏色，即係其實有啲叫 color denim 嘅嘢嘅，咁就加 coating 啊嗰樣嘢咯。咁好靚啦個 collection。咁阿 Mei Sze 咧佢都準備咗條片係去 present 個 collection 喎，因為都係啦咁冇咗個 mini fashion show 啦，冇咗個 mini catwalk 啦，咁做咗條片出嚟嘅，係啦，咁我哋可以去片睇一睇係咪？係好精彩，不過如果可以 live 有個 model 真係行咧，就會更加精彩。咁好多謝阿 Mei Sze 啦。咁下一個就到阿 Katrina 啦。咁都係啦。咁你都同我哋分享下你個設計概念啊，同埋即係創作嗰個靈感啊。咁係啦，交俾你。
咁咧我今次嘅 theme 咧係叫做 party time 啦。咁你聽到 party time 就覺得好開心，係一個派對嘅一個感覺啊！一大班人一齊去玩啊咁樣。咁我 party time 嘅 theme 嘅主要咧係講野餐為主嘅。咁所以其實喺野餐呢度，我就聯想到一啲係一啲大自然嘅 pattern 啦，一啲格仔啊、格仔餐一啲布啊咁樣嘅。咁就令到我再將呢一啲特點啊、一啲 pattern 咧，就融入咗去牛仔呢一個設計入面啦。咁呢個係我4個outfit 嘅 total look 啦。咁就其實除咗係融入咗呢個野餐嘅元素之外，其實我都參考咗一啲日本嘅洛麗塔文化啦。因為我自己比較中意日本嘅一啲文化， 咁而 Lolita 呢一個文化係可能俾人感覺係佢哋係比較細路女啲啦，一大班人一齊聚埋一齊去一齊分享佢哋即係一啲開心嘅嘢咁樣嘅。咁所以我就喺佢哋一個文化上面咧，就融入咗抽咗一啲元素啦。咁就好似一啲蛋糕裙啊，或者一啲花花嘅 pattern 啊，一啲 ruffle 啊，喺我嘅設計上面咯。咁呢啲係主要係一啲 details 啊。咁而除咗啱啱阿 Michael 講過話牛仔就除咗藍色之外，咁其實我就唔係太想俾人感覺係成套藍色，所以其實我都係比較中意啲 colourful 啲嘅嘢啦，所以我都加入咗一啲粉紅色啊，或者一啲其他一啲 sharp 啲嘅色嘅一啲元素啦。咁另外同埋因為我原本自己係讀knitwear 嘅，咁所以其實我都將牛仔同一啲針織嘅布去融合咗一齊做呢一個設計咁樣咯。
即係好 match 你今日個口罩喎，好 party 喎都係，即係真係要襯翻啊係咪要？咁你可以攞高件衫俾啲觀眾望一望啊，係啊，好靚呢件衫，係啦。咁我而家就咁見啦，咁啊即係如果真實咧，就可能比喺鏡頭即係上咗個鏡咧就會再靚啲，因為個色咧如果真嘅話會出啲咯。咁我見咧而家咧就有一個有啲粉紅色啦，有藍色啦，有紅色啦，咁其實個 mixing 都好靚嘅喎，你都可以再explore 下俾啲觀眾聽啦。
咁啊，呢個係咪針織嚟嘅呢個？
係啊，呢個係一塊雙面嘅針，即係後面係牛仔布啦，而呢一面淺藍色呢面咧就係針織布嚟嘅。咁就做咗一個類似一個假嘅領，就可以貨拆咗出嚟着或者唔用咁樣都得嘅，係啦。
咁仲有另一件咧，可唔可以係啦？可以睇下。
另一件係一件背心嘅外套裙咯。咁就除咗用 laser 之外啦，咁呢塊布其實都係織出嚟嘅牛仔布嚟嘅。咁個 pattern 就係自己設計一個 pattern 啦。咁就深深為主嘅一啲圖案咯。
係啦，都係啦。因為現場咧就可以睇到個 jacquard 嗰個提花咧就出好多嘅。咁個設計咧係咪都係阿 Katrina 你自己去設計㗎？即係嗰個 jacquard 個 pattern。係
啊，個 pattern 係無論係呢個上面嘅 laser 啦，定係後面呢一個 jacquard 咧，其實都係自己畫出嚟再設計，之後再織上去同埋再 laser 上去咁。
哇，好犀利喎！咁我想問咧，你設計呢個靈感咧，其實都係喺佢頭先個 presentation 嗰度，即係好 party 啊，好即係嗰個靈感都喺嗰度嚟係咪？
係啊，因為除咗心心，其實心心俾人感覺係好女仔啦，好 Q 嘅感覺啦。咁因為我話參考咗 Lolita 元素嘛，咁但係同埋佢其實心心又唔係真係好基本嘅心心啦，咁係一啲大自然嘅一啲pattern 令到我聯想到呢一個扭曲形狀嘅一啲，因為 party 俾人感覺係一個好開心，即係佢哋好陶醉喺呢個幻想世界裏面，所以都有少少啲圖案係比較得意啲啊、扭曲啲啊咁樣嘅。
好靚啊！我覺得即係尤其你可以即係 create 到個 pattern 咁靚咧，即係你係用 jacquard 再加 laser， 我覺得係真係好 creative 咯。呢個係啊，好咁你都準備咗條片㗎喎，係咪啊？
係啊係。
好。係咁啊！如果大家可以嘅話咧，其實都可以親身嚟到 PMQ 呢度再睇一睇嘅。咁因為咧，其實實際上都係嗰句啦 ，Actual 嗰件衫呢件加紋咧係靚好多嘅。咁另外啦，下一個咧就係嚟自浙江嘅柯佳龍。咁因為咧疫情關係啦，咁冇辦法啦，佢就嚟唔到香港。不過咧，佢都準備咗條片咧去present 佢個 collection 嘅。
Hi, I'm Gunnar. I'm a postgraduate student in fashion design now. My denim collection is no signal. I want to use it to appeal to everyone while enjoying the convenience that smart devices bring to us. But we should also put them down to just live a leisurely life. Nowadays, everyone can gain a lot of convenience from the use of smart devices, which made the pace of life relatively fast. Perhaps only when the smart devices lose signal, everyone will slow down and enjoy the moment. My design was originally inspired by the image that the screen showed after the signal was lost. When I was watching TV one night, this inspired me to design my denim work because I think this thing has a freshness that combines richer things and the things of future technology. Richer things refers to TV screen, yeah, and future technology refers to the virtual future brought by this wireless signal. Then I designed and transformed this kind of no signal picture and applied to the denim printing, which became the theme pattern of the final lineup. And I mainly use denim in two aspects. On the one hand, I use the stitching of different denims, including different color and thickness. On the other hand, printing technology will be used on denim through the printing of different patterns to make denim more visual presentation. And the printing is mainly achieved by digital printing technology, meanwhile using three-dimensional cutting technology to make clothes. And I use decoration of metal and strap elements and the generalized style design decoration, as I want this series to have more rebellious spirit. For me, denim is not a common product in our daily life, but also a career of a better life. It's an ordinary thing with unlimited imagination. It's also a cultural symbol, a symbol that has the courage to break traditional definition and the courage to rebel. And it's also a representative of living forever young. I will be establishing my own clothing brand this year, mainly based on generalized styles and adding design points and trade elements to practical and casual use to meet the needs of the public. I hope to combine high fashion and street culture and design products that will bring warmth to public. Yeah, thank you.
好多謝阿柯佳龍啦，咁參加咗呢個 Student Exchange Program，咁代表咗中國嘅設計師。咁咧頭先咧啱啱咧，我哋就亞洲區嘅3位年青設計師咧，就 present 咗佢哋嘅短片同埋 present 咗佢哋嘅 collection 啦。咁亦都好精彩。咁跟住咧就會俾大家欣賞一下咧，同埋感受一下佢哋做咗一個短片嘅。咁都可以share 一齊俾大家睇下嘅。
我 collection 係叫做 Sound of Eva，inspired by 重慶大廈嘅。如果要 sum up 我嘅 collection， 我會用4個字，就係文化共融呢4個字嘅。
咁我今次個 theme 咧就 party time 啦。咁我諗呢一個主題嘅時候咧，咁其實Lolita文化啦、野餐啦同埋牛仔呢3樣嘢加入一齊。
我自己的这个牛仔系列叫做 No Signal， 我的灵感来源于是电视以及一些电子设备这些机器，它们在没有信号那一刹那，它们的屏幕出现了雪花、撕裂等等的连续反应。
好啦，咁亞洲區嗰3位代表咧嘅 collection 就十分精彩啦。咁嚟緊咧就到代表英國 London College of Fashion 嘅 Kin Yan 就去 present 一下佢個 collection 啦。咁都係啦。咁Kin Yan 我都想問問你啦，你嘅設計概念啊、靈感啊，咁係啦，你
係好，或者 show 一 show 我嗰個設計圖先啦。咁其實咧，我嘅 collection 嘅名咧就叫做 What Am I Afraid Of？ 其實咧就係講緊我自己真係內心嘅恐懼咁樣啦。咁我記得我好細個嘅時候咧，其實就好驚毛毛蟲，又好驚鬼，又好驚蛇咁樣嘅。咁當我再大啲，即係講緊小學啊、中學嘅時候，我就其實好驚冇朋友。咁到而家啦，我出去做嘢，我又覺得。我好驚我冇足夠嘅時間去完成我手頭上嘅嘢咁樣咯。咁但係我發現我又好似唔驚孤獨喎，我唔驚冇咗朋友喎。咁但係我依然係好驚我毛毛蟲啊，好驚鬼啊咁樣咯。咁再後啲咧，其實我發覺我內心最深處嘅恐懼其實係嗰種失去咯。即係概念嘅失去，任何嘅失去講緊可能生命啊，可能講緊我自己嘅身份、自己嘅 identity 啊咁樣咯。可以所以我就用咗呢個作為我設計藍本啦。咁我就 develop 咗唔同嘅圖案啊，用搜羅咗唔同嘅牛仔布嘅質感去 present 我 collection。咁大家可以翻嚟啦。咁我會 show 翻嗰2件，即係可以講解到我點樣從呢個 concept 去件衫嗰度嘅。咁首先我 show 呢件衫啦。咁呢件咧我就特登揀咗個毛神神嘅質地咁樣嘅。咁其實就係可能你都估到啦。
你咪好驚毛毛蟲咁，你仲整
佢？毛毛蟲啦。咁就係我就即係想用一個比較童真嘅手法去演繹翻。咁當我着翻一啲毛神神嘅嘢，但係我覺得又着上身好舒服嘅。咁我希望可以即係呢件衫可以俾到我一個勇敢去面對我自己嘅恐懼咯。咁你見中間其實個工藝都比較多啦，就咁睇好似好簡單。咁咧其實咧中間啊都有做包骨啊各樣嘢，因為其實呢個飛邊咧其實就好難處理嘅。咁就各樣嘢啦，個工藝都做得好好。咁就即係多謝 Crystal Group 啦，幫我即係我哋做呢啲咁精湛嘅工藝咁樣咯。同埋阿
Miles 喺度喎，多謝你喎。
多謝晒。係咯。 咁樣我其實就非常之滿意咯，係啊。咁另外一件咧，我就用咗一啲頭先講過啦，我想真係用啲比較天真、比較浪漫嘅圖案去展示我嘅一個恐懼啦。咁你又估唔估到即係呢個pattern 代表咩咧？頭先我話即係驚嘅嗰樣嘢。
蛇。
冇錯啦，就係其實咧，成套嚟講咧，條褲咧都係有相關嘅圖案嘅，咁我都係一個蛇咁嘅圖形啦。咁其實呢個蛇頭咧就喺呢邊啦。咁其實就比較抽象，咁但係就我都希望即係大家啦，着上即係我自己設計嘅作品時候咧，咁都俾到你哋嘅一啲勇氣去面對自己屬於自己嘅恐懼咯，係咯。
但係你畫呢條蛇咧，係咪用鐳射去畫㗎？
係啊，laser cut 咁樣咯。
係啦，因為我見咧，你除咗呢條蛇之外咧，你仲有嗰啲呢個係咪嗰啲樹葉嗰啲嚟㗎？係啊。係啊，啲樹葉嗰啲 pattern 都有深淺嘅喎，個 pattern 係咪都係你自己 create 㗎？冇錯，其實就因為其實鐳射都有唔同嘅力度㗎嘛，咁力度重啲咁就會有再白啲啦，咁再重啲可能就會整到一啲溶溶爛爛嘅效果咁樣咯。咁就我就利用咗即係唔同深淺啊去做呢一啲 create 個 pattern 出嚟咯。 所以咧我都想補充一下啦，因為我都係做牛仔人啦，咁我梗係要 sell 我啲牛仔啊，係咪先？咁嗱，其實咧，如果你要用鐳射用 laser 咧，基本上我可以講話淨係你可以即係大部分啦，可以我唔敢講100%啦。咁其實你係可以喺個牛仔布上邊做，個效果係最好。因為點解咧？佢有個 fading， 所以咧頭先阿 Kin Yan 講啦。佢可以 create 到呢啲 pattern 啦，咁頭先阿 Katrina 都係啦，有用到laser 啦，咁其實你 create 到呢啲 pattern 咧，就因為牛仔布就好似一個畫板咁，你可以自己去 design 你哋自己個 pattern， 跟住咧用手刷又好、鐳射又好、洗水又好，所以你可以 create 到唔同嘅 pattern 喺塊布。喺件家紋上面。Michael 同埋我想補充一點添啊，我就用埋鐳射咁去做埋我自己 branding 嘅嘢咯。係啊，好靚啊！所以其實就好靚，可以 apply 喺唔同地方咯。我就真係想都用多啲，用盡佢咁樣咯。係啦，咁樣咯。十分正。係，多謝。咁你都係好似都 prepare 咗個video 喎，係咪啊？係。好，咁啊可以大家睇下。好，咁啊好多謝阿 Kin Yan 啦，咁佢代表咗英國嘅大學啦，咁啊 London College of Fashion 去做呢個 project 啦。咁下一位咧去做呢個 project 嘅咧，參加呢個比賽嘅參加呢個項目嘅咧，其實就係New York FIT 嘅 Corina， 係啦 ，Corinne 係啦，咁佢亦都 prepare 咗一個 video 嘅，咁都可以 share 俾大家睇下啦。
My name is Caroline de Fontaine Stratton, and I'm a textile development and marketing major at the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. And my collection is called Are You Dressed for Your Day? So for this collection, work from home was obviously very much front and center and very much on my mind, as I work in a non-fashion, very traditional corporate office that has slowly shifted from suit and tie every day to dress for your day, which is essentially business casual, to now t-shirts, sweatshirts, and sweatpants. US. Comfort is still king, and denim is the perfect material for comfort, for working from home, easy care, easy wear, and stylish and professional. So I began by looking at traditional suiting material, particularly in wool, to look at weight and drape and how patterns looked on the wool and the different weights. And from there I was able to select a number of the patterns that I used, which were applied to the denim by laser. So I was very specific about the weight of the denim and the color that I wanted for each piece, as each piece needed a specific weight and a specific color to translate a bit more into the more corporate style. And I also looked at vintage sportswear, such as, you know, sports jackets, suits, coats, but even sportswear as in, you know, Adidas track suits, and the style and the cut translated to different materials will read differently, and sportswear has a different comfort and wear and feel. So I wanted to see how maybe I could possibly marry the two a bit more in denim, with tradition in the patterns, but a little bit of a relax in the styling, and even at combining total relax with tradition. Important. So I very much was very conscious of which weight of denim I chose for which piece, which pattern I thought would go well with which piece, to try and balance out the comfort, tradition, and also just wearability for various situations, so that you can almost rotate the pieces, or at least have them as integral pieces to your wardrobe, so you don't have to always pull out the full traditional, you know, button-down shirt with the suit. That you can do a nice top, you can do a nice crew neck, and maybe even if you had to do a button-down with the pieces, so that they could rotate a bit more, rather than the traditional suit that's rather restricted in its use and what it, and the message that it gives off. So I wear denim to work 3 days out of 5. As the cut, the weight, and the color and the quality of the denim is very important, and I find that I can easily translate it to a corporate office based on the other pieces I wear with it and my accessories. So denim has a whole market that I believe can be much further explored, as most people do not think or do not realize that I wear denim 3 to 4 days out of the week. And accessories and combinations are very important, but the cut, the quality, and the color of the denim are very much a part of that. So in the future, I would like to at least start working with in an established house. There are so many techniques and so many people to learn from, and within an established house, you are able to hopefully touch more machines, more programs, learn from, you know, people who have been working in the industry for quite some time. And I do love wovens. Part of that is because I do love denim so much, but I would like to work with wovens, designing, but also looking at sustainability processes that come.
好啦，咁聽完佢哋嘅分享啦，咁大家都想即係睇下佢哋喺歐美嘅新晉設計師嘅作品啦。咁我哋都準備咗一條短片嘅，咁都可以去片大家再睇睇 share 下嘅。
My collection is based on the change in dress for corporate America. Dress code for corporate America has changed, and with everyone now working remotely or only a few days in the office, comfort is king.
喺理念上面去深噏啦，我會用童真啦，會用恐懼啦，同埋希望去形容我個 collection。
好啦，咁今日咧兩部分嘅分享咧就圓滿結束啦。咁第一部分咧就由業內知名嘅品牌代表啦，咁以第一身嘅方法啦，就同大家分享咗業界嘅資訊。咁第二部分咧就由新進嘅設計新力軍啦，咁同大家分享咗佢親身嘅感受。咁咧相信大家咧都好了解咗行業嘅發展啦，同埋潛力嘅。咁亦都再次多謝我身邊呢3位新進設計師啦，咁同我哋分享咗佢嘅設計嘅概念嘅。咁仲有睇緊直播嘅你哋啦，咁一路 keep 住嚟睇咧，咁都好多謝大家嘅。咁如果大家想再多啲了解香港牛仔節，咁咧就都歡迎咧大家咧上香港牛仔節 Hong Kong Denim Festival 嘅網頁，繼續去支持我哋，繼續去睇嘅。咁多謝大家 ，thank you，唔該晒 ，thank you，
多謝。